Okay, I think I'm streaming. As per usual, let's do the audio check. Because that always saves me. I do have to worry about my audio this time because I did switch USB devices. I do have to worry about my audio this time because I did switch USB devices. I do have to worry about my audio. Okay, alright, I can hear myself. Yay! Switch USB devices. Alright, that's a good sign. Okay. So, alright, let's, Seal Bun, you are first. Welcome in. How's it going? Let me see. SRS. Whoa, Chan the Magic Man, welcome in. How's it going? It looks like we got the commands right in there. Man, Chan, you were on top of it. Thank you. Thank you, Chan. Let's see. Seal Bun says, I'm going good. How are you? Pretty good. Can't complain. Hopefully everybody has had a wonderful weekend. I had a busy weekend. Yes. Hi. Hello. Charlie's Beats, welcome in. How's it going? All right. Well, I'm not ready yet, so everybody gets to see me put on my cheating gloves. If you haven't been here at the beginning and seen me put on cheating gloves, it's this stuff. It's called Sort Quick. Double Tribble, welcome in. How's it going? Ron, good to see you. So I'm applying cheating gloves so I can cheat with cards. I could conceivably cheat without this, but if I mess up, I will probably just blame this. So, OM cheating, says Steelbud. I will act like I didn't see that. This is how I start most streams. It's okay. You don't have to act. You'd be like, he has so much tactility now because of Sort Quick. Oh no. Yeah, I was like, oh, I should probably start the stream. It's starting soon. So, happy World Lion Day. I literally found this out like 2 minutes ago. So I was like, okay, too much power. Yeah, you know what? This does give me a lot of power. I don't know if you knew, but okay, all right. So let's see here. I do want to warm up with a new trick today, and it's a new trick that I have not done on stream before. It's similar to one that's on the trick list, but uh, anyway. Yeah, I like to start the stream off by doing new tricks because if I mess up, there's not that many people here relatively. um, but for some reason, I changed my alerts and now they are broken on OBS. Oh, Seal Bun, I'm sorry. Yeah, OBS sometimes has like issues depending on like where you set up your alerts, if they're stream elements or if they're some other thing. So like I have alerts from both stream elements and from sound. What is it? From sound alerts. So yeah, that happens. You just have to figure out where the problem is, and then it's probably like a setting or reset or something. But anyway, let's pull out the Twitch deck. All right. Whew. But anyway, how was everybody's weekend? Hopefully everybody's doing well. Let me know if you did anything interesting, or let me know if you did something that you thought was special for you. Doesn't have to be interesting, or you think that it'll be. Has to just be special for you. Can you do any fancy card shuffles? I could do a couple of shuffles here. So basic riffle shuffle that most people will do. They just do that. Orion send, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're well, sir. Thank you, Orion. Um, let's see. So the next step up would be the basic riffle shuffle, but with the bridge. Look at that. Okay. Next would be the table riffle shuffle. So you basically cut the deck into two, riffle on the table, like this. Let's see. Next thing that you can do is something that we call If you get it perfect, it's a Pharaoh shuffle, but I'm just going to do a shuffle where you're just pushing the two halves into each other, and you're going to get like just, I think these are cut this way. Hang on. Okay, a lot better. So I just push the two sides together, and then I can push them in like that. But if you practice, you can push them in together like this, and then you can also still do a bridge. And then sometimes just to even out the cards, because I don't like bending them just one way, I can push it the other way. There we go. Let's see. I can do a one-handed cut. So here's what a basic cut looks like. Tabled cut. Boom. Nothing special there. Anybody can do that. In the hands cut. Huh! Not very fancy. All right, here it is. One-handed cut. Boom. There you go. Here, just so you guys could see it. So right now the 9 of spades is on the top. I'm going to cut. The 3 of spades will be on the top. Boom. There you go. So I think a lot of people think that's pretty cool. Let's see here. Sealbun says, whoa! And then let's see, wowie! And Orion says, hi, Chain the Magic Man. I missed self-streams because of the antibiotics. But still all the support. Orion send, I hope you are getting well. I don't know why you're taking antibiotics, but I hope that whatever it is, you're fighting it off. And it's great. Fire, says Sealbun. Yeah, let's see. Other than that, I don't really do too many like fancy shuffles. Like part of the thing is if you make too many fancy looking shuffles, then it's like, oh, they know you can do card stuff. I mean, at this point, you guys on stream know that I can do card stuff, but I don't know. But like doing something like this, just like quick, right? Like looks good too. All right. Where was I? Oh yeah. I was gonna do a warm up trick, but it's a brand new trick. So let's go ahead and find. So we normally do the trick with all the aces. Actually, we normally would do it with all the aces, but we're going to do it with all the queens. Chan the Magic Man is here, and Chan has signed the Queen of Clubs. Boom, 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 boom. And here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and place a few cards into a bunch of different piles. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay. So now I'm going to place each queen on top of one of these piles. Okay. And then what we will do is we're going to go ahead and take each queen and place it amongst this group of cards, of other non-queen cards. Okay. And so here we go. And then this packet. And then this last one right here. So this one I'm going to do something different because this is the pile with Chan the Magic Man on it, and we all know that Chan the Magic Man can do some magic. And so what we will do instead is, instead of having Chan be face down, let's go ahead and have all of the other cards face down, and Chan will stay face up amongst the group. And so there we go. Now, bang! E-Room, thanks for the bang. Welcome in. How's it going, E-Room? Hopefully you're doing well. Let's see. Steel Bun says, I might not be as active because I'm trying to fix my stream alerts. Yeah, totally understand. Get your stream alerts fixed. But I'll comment when I can. Awesome. Thanks, Steel Bun. Appreciate it. Hi, now. Hi, E-Room. Hopefully you're doing well. Okay. All right. But here's what we're going to do now. Chan the Magic Man has been known to do some magic, and therefore, what he can do is he can vacuum up all the other queens. Ready? All right. I think he's vacuumed up all the other queens. Because now if you take a look at all of these other cards, that's not a queen. That's not a queen. That's not a queen. And there's no other queens in the deck because they are all vacuumed up by Chan the Magic Man. There's the Queen of Diamonds, Queen of Spades, Queen of Hearts, and of course Chan the Magic Man. There we are. And that, my friends, is a brand new trick. I haven't done it on the stream before, but let's see. All right. Oh, you know what? This is a good time for shout out. So, guys, if you're not following our friend eRoom, thanks for shouting out eRoom Chan. Please give eRoom a follow. eRoom, known as the Pope of Indiana, has a bunch of different streams, community games, opens random things so he can collect things from Kinder eggs, sometimes in real life streams for every, just going around where he lives. But definitely give eRoom a follow. eRoom also a strong supporter of Magic Twitch, so definitely give him a follow. Guys, you're not following our friend and mod, Chan the Magic Man. Chan the Magic Man, one of the other magicians on Twitch. Definitely give Chan a follow, and if you're not following, give him a follow. You can catch him on Magic Mondays. He does magic streams on Mondays. If you catch him other times, he's playing retro games, playing Grand Theft Auto. So definitely give Chan a follow. Guys, you're not giving our friend Sealbun a follow. Sealbun is a relatively new streamer. I caught her playing Valorant, so but started coming by over here just a couple streams ago, so definitely give Sealbun a follow. All right, guys, you're not following our friend Double Tribble. Double Tribble, streaming from rural New Hampshire. Last time I caught him talking about random things just happening in his day, so definitely give Double Tribble a follow. Let's see here. Let me know if I missed anybody. I think we caught everybody that we know that's a streamer, so. Let's see. Double Tribble. Thank you. You're welcome, Double Tribble. My pleasure. I mean, remember, Double Tribble. We share a kinship. I'm from New Hampshire, so there you go. Seal Buns. You're so sweet. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure. Especially to help like anybody who's streaming. Like streaming is like for anybody who has never streamed before, they don't really realize like how much work and like time and effort is spent like doing stuff like this. Like you right now, you're working on setting up alerts. That's like a thing. That's like a basic thing, and oftentimes a lot of streamers will set it up and then they forget it, or they have their mods do it for them. But like you have to then meet people who've done it before that are mods, and they're like, right. And so yeah. Let's see here. Orion Sense says the snap transformation, obviously a technical term. Yeah, we call that the snap change, Orion Sense. Yeah, is incredibly impressive. More so, IMO, because it's not as obviously diverting attention as bridging flying cards over your head, etc. Yeah, so there's been times when I've messed up the snap change, and like here, uh, so it's like here's the card, and then when I've done the change, there's been a card that flew over my head before, and I'm like, whoops. That's so. I think that time it looked okay. Hold on, let me change it back really quick. All right, there we go. Yeah, that one looked okay. So, but the wonderful thing about the snap change is that you're not trying to distract. You're not trying to divert. Like you expect the spectator's eyes to literally be right here, and to just look at this the entire time. The problem is you can only do it from one angle, directly in front. So for those of you who are unaware, I've exposed this trick on stream before, mostly because I mess it up. But I'm just gonna give you a quick. This is a one time. If anybody's just listening but they want to see it, I'm just gonna show you a behind the scenes really quick. I'm not gonna explain it. I'm not gonna say anything about it. I'm just gonna show you what happens. Okay? All right. So ready? 1, 2, 3. There it is. There you go, done. Shh, don't tell anybody I showed you. All right. Okay, all right, let's see here. Nice one. Thanks for the claps, everybody. E-Room, Double Tribble. And if you guys missed it, you'll have to catch it in the VOD. Thanks for the claps, Orion said. Chan the Magic Man. And then we did all the shout outs. Awesome. Cool. And then Orion says, my brain read your shout out as MTG on Mondays and was like, I see what you did there. Double magic. Orion Send, I think you remember that I can do magic with Magic the Gathering cards, right? I still have that. There's still a redeem. So if you have channel points and you want to see me do some magic with Magic the Gathering cards, that's 1,000 channel points. So that feel free to redeem. Sealbun says, I'm my mod. Yep. So originally, I started volunteering and doing stuff in other streams because I was like, I want to learn how to do mod stuff so that I can mod my own stream. And so, Sealbun, so is my Nightbot. Yeah, I think I let my stream elements be a mod too. But after like you hang out with people and get to know some people, make some relationships, oftentimes there will be, and honestly, if you have some regulars in chat that you're like, oh man, I think I trust this person, then you can give them the power to help you out, right? So, um, that happened so fast. Oh, okay, yeah, that was referencing the snap change there. Let's see. Orion says, can't be bothered to look human is 100% relatable. Lol. That's why I have a PNG seal to hide. It helps 100%. You saw nothing. All right, says Chen. I believe that's in response to my reveal, my deliberate reveal. Actually, when I did it from the side view, I think because of my angle, it basically looked perfect. And then I tilted my hand, and that's. But I meant to show you guys that. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat this heat map while I catch up with chat here. Delicious. Double Triple says, I saw it, but I still can't understand how it's done. So I'm good. Double Triple says, yeah, that's so here's the thing, right? The move itself, even once you like learn or like you kind of know what's happening, it's so hard to figure out. And like it's one of those things that looks easy, but like if you do it once, it won't be consistent until your first like 30 hours of just doing it. And so like that move, it took me 30 hours to perfect. And actually, I need good traction on my fingers, which is where the cheating gloves help. Without the cheating gloves, I will mess that up like 50% of the time. So, let's see. Orion says, I'm not cool or tech savvy for any of that. It's just my Israel life. Oh, man. Man, that night that Nightbot conversation is hilarious. Thanks for getting the Eat Chan. I've eaten 318 heat maps. Man, I should be really fat. Something, something cards. Something, something. Yep, that's right. Okay, all right, let's see. Let's go ahead and do Ace on top for. Thanks for requesting that. Chan the match. Wait, Chan, was that deliberate or was that a random? I think I saw that was random, right? I think you random that. So how fortuitous, I guess. Okay, this time, let's see here. All right, we're gonna make sure that Chan is on top still, right? This is the Chan on top performance. Yeah, random. Yeah, that's totally what I said. Oh, something something cards. Yeah. All right. Okay, we've got 5 cards here. We have a Chan the Magic Man who will represent the ace. We have a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. Now, here's the thing with this. We're going to be doing something interesting, and it's not so much a trick as it is a game, because we're just trying to see if Chan can get on top of the pack of cards. Just so you know. Wink, replace with whatever language you would like. Anyway, I don't know if you just saw the move, but look. Here's the magical move. I don't know if you know, but what card is this? If you said the 5, you would be incorrect because this is Chan. Look. See, Chan the Magic Man. Now, if I remove Chan, what card follows Chan? And the rest will be in ascending order, assuming Chan was the ace. Because, you know, Chan is an ace, right? Chan is, so there's the 2. Okay. And which one's next? Oh, this would be the 3. and then the 4, and the 5. Important question. What card is this? And this is a good time. If anybody has been sitting around for a while and you've not hydrated, please feel free to hydrate. I'm having chill mint tea tonight. Chan says queen. Oh, Chan, you are correct. Queen, what follows the Chan the Magic Man queen? Well, it's definitely the 2. And then the 3 caught us before we could make the joke. Orion send. I would like to think that my comedic timing surpasses internet delay. That's what I would like to think. Whether it does or not, I don't know. The 4, and what follows the 4? The 5. Okay, important question. What card is this? I mean, the short answer is if you guessed Chan the Magic Man Queen, you'd be correct because look. There it is. Now we're going to go ahead and place Chan here in the middle of the packet, not on top, not on the bottom, but if I just go ahead and I snap, that will bring Chan the Magic Man back on top. Now, if we take Chan and place him here in the middle, just clearly in the middle, this is where like the coziest part of the bed is, right? So like you want to be tucked in the middle and they'll feel all warm. But look, Chan is going to be back on the top. Now, what if we were to take Chan out? We only have 4 cards left, but what's actually the card that follows Chan? If you said the 2, that'd be correct. But now if we take the 2 and we place it furthest away from where the 2 is supposed to be, here on the bottom, right? But if we snap, that will bring the 2 back up to the top. Now, what if I was able to do this trick with the cards face up, right? So here, let me just give these a little... What if the cards were like this? So, in order for this trick to work, with the cards face up, right? The 3's got to slide into the middle, 2's got to jump all the way up here, the queen's got to jump all the way up to the top, the 4's got to take over 1, and the 5's got to jump all the way down to the bottom, right? And so that is kind of how this will be done with the cards face up. But how do we do it, right? And so all we need to do is just find Chan the Magic Man because he is the magical trigger. He's the one that will correct the stack. And here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you can tell, but Chan the Magic Man has just fixed the stack because look, Chan's on top. And now, followed by the 2. What follows the 2? The 3. What follows the 3? The 4. And then what follows the 4? I know everybody can count. Okay, maybe I don't know everybody can count. I'm the I'm the father of, well, what was a toddler, but I guess she's not a toddler anymore, but I know that there's young kids out there that can't count. So although the likelihood that they're watching a stream at late Eastern time is probably pretty low, but anybody who's chatting in chat can certainly count because you guys can read and write, presumably, because you're typing in chat. So there we go. All right, let's see. Let me catch up with chat here. Let's see. Orion requested Fantastic Four. Thanks for the request, Orionson. I will be getting ready for that in a moment. Let's see here. Orion says it's because nerd name. Oh yeah. So full disclosure, the nerd name of the Fantastic Four trick is actually referencing the Marvel Fantastic Four. I'll tell you more the story in a second. So there we go. Thank you for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, Double Tribble. Welcome in Felden's Kane. Welcome in Gibson Lens. How are you guys doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. Good to see you, Felden Kane. First time chat. Welcome in, Felden Kane. Let's see. Guys, if you're not following our friend Felden Kane, Felden Kane streaming Final Fantasy VII Remake last I checked in. But I've seen Felden Kane hanging out in Gibson Lens's stream as well. Speaking of which, guys, we're not following our friend Gibson Lens. Please give Gibson Lens a follow. Friend and mod. And definitely is a pianist, has composed his own originals, has released an album like months ago. And you can actually listen to the entire album at that link tree right there. So definitely give them a follow. So, let's see here. All right. Phil Kane says, "Hope you're doing well also." Yeah, for the most part, can't really complain. Let's see. Good news on the job front. I got a screening interview this past Friday, and I have an interview tomorrow, like a panel interview with software engineers. So hopefully it goes well, And honestly, if it doesn't, that's fine. It's good practice for the next interview. So I'll be good. We'll be good. Let's see. Orion says it. Felden, what a wild and awesome combination. Oh yeah, so guys, Felden Kane also likes Magic the Gathering. If that was not clear. So all right, let's see what's up next. Shaking the aces. Let's go ahead and get the aces, and we'll do that one. Okay. Oh my God, Felden Kane has emotes. It's the Kane and one colorless mana and tap. I recognize all those symbols. Remath. I was in the ER over the weekend. Oh, my sympathies, Orion said. Hopefully everything. My anesthesia teeth need a joke about how I co-measured a nap and how that's way above me to understand. Let's just say that to not invoke confidence. Please don't share that. Oh, team majored math. Oh, okay. All right. Damn you, autocorrect is probably. All right. Okay. All right. So, all right. We have the four aces right here. We have the ace of spades. You know what? I'm going to introduce them to you anyway. Or am I? Yeah, yeah. Okay. So, ace of diamonds, ace of clubs, ace of hearts, and the ace of spades. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. If I was to show you the ace of spades in this packet, it'd be pretty easy to see, right? Because it's face up. However, all I have to do is, if I hold the packet and give it a weird shake, this shake actually will turn over the ace of spades. Because now if I show you, everything is face down. Now if I was to give this shake will actually turn over another ace, and that will be this one, the ace of diamonds. If I hold the packet, give it another shake, this shake will also turn up another one. In this case, the ace of clubs. Now, some people think that I have to do this with the aces face down, but actually I can show you that I can turn them face up, because if you watch this ace of clubs as I shake, I don't know if you saw, but that changed into the ace of hearts. I know, is that weird? Seal Bun says, I don't know if I fixed it, but I can only hope. All right. So, we do have something to share with this trick, because right now all of the cards are face down, but I just want to show you how quickly magicians can flip over a card. Not this. I'm gonna turn this one over myself, but I want you to watch this card. Okay, so this is the one that'll turn face up. All right, 1, 2, and it happens pretty quick. 3. Now I don't know if you could tell, but that didn't just turn over that card, but actually all of the cards actually turned face up. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? And that, my friends, is shaking the aces. Seal Bun says, WTF? Huh? And Charlie's Beats, thank you for the claps. Seobun says, that was so speedy. Some tricks are meant to be speedy. I guess I could try and do that slower, but I feel like it takes away some of the. Thank you kindly for the claps. Double triple, E-Room, Feldon Kane. Okay, wait. Hold on. Guys. I think I need to try this. Okay, ready? I have 4 aces. The ace of diamonds, clubs, hearts, and spades. If I was to turn them all face down except for the ace of spades, you can still see them. See? I'm trying so hard not to laugh. All right. But look, if yeah. By the way, there's no. This is not special effects or anything. I'm literally just manually doing this. By the way, if this will make the ace of spades turn face down. Now you can see it. Let me give the packet a shake again. But now look what ace has turned face up. I cannot hold a straight face through this. Oh man. Oh wait. Wait. Can I speed this up? Princess Na says, "Lol, I came in at such an interesting time." Welcome in, Princess Na. And now I'm gonna hit the slow button again. Well, I want you to pay attention to how magicians can turn these cards face up really fast. I don't want you to watch me turning over this card, but this one. 1, 2, 3. And I didn't just turn that one over, I turned all of them over. There we go. And that, my friends, is the slow, fast version of shaking the aces. I'm not gonna lie, that was hilarious. Some of these reactions are priceless. Hold on, I've gotta go through some of these. So Chan the Magic Man starts lulling, and then Seal Bun says, "So slow, wow, amazing, Lamau." Orion Sen says, "Completely random, but I had a plushie from my childhood and very creatively named Seal because I was 2 then and later people, but my protectiveness of the plush was adorable and referred to it as Bean Bun, so your name extra heartwarming to me." Oh, Seal Bun, oh, Bean Bun. Okay, makes sense. That's pretty cool. Chan the Manager says, "I'm dying." Chan, I am glad that I made you laugh, Chan. That was, oh, that's so cute. You know, that story is so cute, Orion. Princess Na said, "Nah, it came in such an interesting time." Yep. I felt like if I didn't explain myself when Princess Na came in, I was like, probably would have been like, "What? What's going on?" though my protective. Welcome in, Princess Na. Yeah, lol, lamau. That was for fast forwarding, right? I think. Okay, perfect timing. Glad you think so. I haven't seen the words seal and bond together in a long time, which is why memory unlocked. Nice. Thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, Felden Kane, Double Triple. Princess Na says, nice. Ah, ha, ha, ha. I have a seal plush called Gibson. Oh, awesome. Orion says, I just came back from ads and was like, huh? Oh, by the way, so for anybody who sees ads, feel free to say in chat ads because I recently, so before I used to stream only once a week, and I turned them up just a little bit so that you might see some ads now because I am no longer officially employed, and so I lost my software engineering job in tech, and so I was like, all right, well, what can I do to make a few bucks? I guess I can turn on ads on Twitch, and so and lately I've been streaming like two to three times a week depending on the week. Lately two, but so yeah. So my apologies for the ads. But yeah, if something going on and you want to see, just you can tell me ads in the chat, and so let's see. We'll have to meet Seal Fam. That's right. That was epic, says Jen. I felt the epicness in my throat. Let's see here. Of course, of course. Ah, nah, I would have caught on. All right, awesome. Heck yeah! All right, good luck with the screening. By the oh, thank you. Thank you kindly, Felden Kane. And then I'm glad I could finally catch one of your Princess. Nah, thank you for coming in and stopping by. And whew, all right, awesome. Oh no, you redeemed on-screen celebration. Hold on, wait. Do I not have an on-screen celebration? Wait. Oh, I think you have to do an emote after on-screen celebration. Unleash celebration. Oh no, you did. Okay, it was the seal bun hearts. Oh, it worked? Okay. I might have not seen it probably didn't feed back to OBS because I didn't see it on my OBS screen. Awesome. Well, we just got two celebration then. Because I probably just triggered one. So thank you. Kindly. Seal bun, thank you so much for the 50 bits. Greatly appreciate it. You didn't have to, but thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Um, cool. I'm gonna have to look at the VOD later and see what that looks like. Okay. Always try support. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Okay. So, whew. All right. Let me get ready for Fantastic Four. Orion Sen says it made coming back mid slow mo even more hilarious. To be honest, sometimes lack of context is better. Yeah, sometimes lack of context is the best, and other times you just want to know what the hell is going on. You have a very contagious laugh. Thank you. Okay. All right. So, for those of you who are familiar with the Fantastic Four, so in card magic, there exists a card trick already that was either called Fantastic Four or Fabulous Four, Fantastic Five. Anyway, if you saw those tricks, you would be like, oh, they're all like they would use like the four aces or something, and they do the same thing. They're not different. And I was like, they should do something different, like Marvel. And then I was like, wait, is there a Marvel Fantastic Four card trick? And I researched and I researched, and I'm like, it doesn't exist. So this is basically a crazy Asian original. I put it together. I took a bunch of ideas from a few existing tricks, and then I came up with a couple things myself. So I'm going to tell you I'm going to tell you the origin story of the Fantastic Four as we go through this trick. Here we go. All right, I have a packet of cards, but I don't want you to think of this as a packet of cards. This is a spaceship. This is a spaceship that is carrying four different people, and those people happen to be um, Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm. And if you knew how all of those, uh, if you knew all of those people, they will eventually become the Fantastic Four. Chan the Magic Man, you clipped that? All right, cool. Thanks for clipping that, Chan. Oh man. Can't wait to watch that later. All right. So, however, they encounter an anomaly and they discover that they all get special powers after. And, well, let's just go through each one of them and we can kind of see. So, first is the two of clubs. And the two of clubs is going to represent Reed Richards. And he is going to get the power to be extremely stretchy. And I don't know if you can tell, but um, he's going to stretch himself way longer than a typical human or playing card in this case. And sometimes he will be able to even hold his form just for a second. But he can't do it for long because it's a brand new power. He doesn't know what to expect. And so he's got to collapse back down to his normal size. Next up we have is the Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Hearts is going to represent the hero that will eventually be known as the Invisible Woman. Uh, what's her power, you say? Well, I'm glad you asked. Well, because her power is to become, I mean, she has the power to also do like force fields and shields and stuff, but obviously her power is going to become invisible. However, she doesn't. If I, hey, can you become invisible? No, I don't. I don't think she. You know what? But she will become invisible when she wants to become invisible, and not when I tell her, because clearly, when I tell her, it doesn't really matter. She'll just do whatever the hell she wants. I don't know if you can tell, but look, she is now invisible. And actually, even if I want her to come back, hey, Sue Storm, can you come back like right now? Because I need to progress with the trick for everybody who's watching. Okay, no, so she's really sassy like that. And so I'm gonna need her to come back like right now. There we go. Okay, next up we have the Thing. Well, he will be known as the Thing, but currently he's known as Ben Grimm. He loses his human look, and he looks like he's solid rock, but he gains the strength of 50 bajillion men, and that will be represented by the Eight of Diamonds. Now, the best way to demonstrate this is if I just take any old Joe Schmo. I'm choosing a Joker because if you cover up the K and the R, it's Joe. But so my phone's a heavy phone. If I ask him to hold the phone, there's no way. There's no way he can hold the phone. Like, look at how flimsy Joe is, right? There's no way. But look at the Thing. If I try and have him hold the phone, no problem. I can even smack it, and look, that card does not bend. So Ben Grimm, he has a very strong. He's a very strong thing. That's that sounds dirtier than I thought it should. Um, but anyway, so now we have the Seven of Spades, who is going to represent Johnny Storm. He's eventually going to be known as the Human Torch, and so all he has to do is say "Flame on," and he becomes a fiery red version of himself because he's on literal fire. What more do you want? Anyway, when he's done being on fire, uh, we just blow out the flames. He becomes a very smoky version of himself. I don't know if you can see how smoky that is right there, but anyway, so they all have their new powers. They're exploring the powers. They all end up going back to Earth, and as it turns out, they're like, we have these new powers. We need to find a way to service mankind. You know how idealistic Reed Richards is, and they decide to form the team, the Fantastic Four. And that, my friends, is the Fantastic Four card trick, Marvel style. And there we have it. Chan the Magic Man, thank you kindly for the applause. Thank you kindly for the claps and the emotes. Double Triple, Felden Kane, Seal Bun. All right, let me catch up with chat here. Princess Na E-Room, thank you kindly for the claps. So let's see here. All right. Oh yeah. So Chan clipped that. Yes. Seal Bun said, "Mind blown." Thanks for the mind blown, Seal Bun. All right, cool. As I said, I'll have to watch that clip later. You know what? That's probably one of that's probably one of the funniest things I've done in a while, I think. Let's see. Steelbun says, I can't wait to sub to you. I'm kind of broke right now, but I want to support you in any way at all. Oh, Steelbun, thank you. I mean, just honestly being here and like hanging out, chatting in chat, like is supporting me. So thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see. Orion said, nerd mode engaged. Yay! Oh no, the thing? Lol, 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 lol. Huh? What? Yeah. Let's see. So just to go through a little bit of history with that trick, I told you like the reason why I put it together, and then I'm like, oh, I love this, and then like I came up with it like years ago. You can see the evidence like on my YouTube channel, but and then the new movie's coming out, and I'm like, oh my god, this is perfect for the new movie coming out. But so the Reed Richards part, the Mr. Fantastic stretchy thing, that was another trick. There's a trick called the elongated lady, similar thing, but I just took it and ran with this. Invisible Woman, that's just like using a clear card in a very innovative way. I thought it was very interesting. Um, the thing showing the strength that I had to come up with 100% myself because like nobody had ever done anything like this to prove like the strength of a card or something. Like, and I'm like, how the hell do I do this? But it took me like a couple months. I'm like, oh, I have an idea, and I was like, okay, this is perfect. So and then I used to have the seven of spades turn into like the seven of hearts, but then I finally found all of the props, and I'm like, this is perfect. And so there we go. That's just a series of color changes, um, but yeah, I really enjoyed putting this together, and this is like one of my original like routines, and I'm very proud of like putting it together. So. Let's see. Orion says, I don't think that's what his parents decided when picking baby names. Oh yeah, the thing is not like a birth name. If your parents call you the thing, make sure that they give you a numerical designation so that you're the thing one, and then your next sibling will be the thing two. Right. Princess Na says, Lamau, here's the thing. All right. Lol, I was waiting for you to finish your sentence. Uh, as in Adams. Double Triple says how? Oh, okay, yeah. If you want to request a trick, yeah. By the way, the I use StreamerSonglist, and you can request tricks. So if you would like to request a trick, you can go to my StreamerSonglist, and there's no songs in it. They are all tricks. One of them isn't magic, but the rest of them are magic. So, lol, Lamau. Whoa, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. All right. Felden Kane says, fire! All right, awesome. Thanks for clearing that, Chan. And then coming to this stream was fortunate. Princess Na! Thank you for coming to the stream. But yeah, no, if there's any tricks that you have seen that you want to see again, if it's on the trick list, I basically try and I'm usually able to do most of the tricks on my trick list at any given time. I think there's like 80 or so tricks on there right now, so and then oftentimes if there's people in chat and they like inspire me, I will retheme a trick. Like oftentimes when Chan requests a trick, Chan's here all the time, so I don't want to do a trick like the same way for Chan. I want to do tricks for Chan and like theme them different so that he's at least entertained because he's seen most of these tricks before. Um, let's see. Thank you for the claps and the applause, everybody. Let's see. What more do you want? Ooh. Am I pronouncing that right? Ooh. Sealbun's lurking. All right, thanks for the lurk, Sealbun. Orion Sends is getting Pink Floyd, requesting Pink Floyd. I meant, how did you do that trick? Oh, um, very carefully, very uh, practiced, I guess. Oh, ad. Okay, ads. All right. Sorry, I kept on talking. I didn't see. I didn't see ads. Luckily, there wasn't any magic happening. So the thing one, thing two. Okay, that's definitely a dad joke. I'm certainly a dad. So yeah. Uh, and then I forget. Do we have a dad joke? Yes, we do. All right. Okay, there we go. All right. I do have to reset this trick because if I don't, I am going to mess up this trick next time I do it. So Hang on. It helped that I tried to do this a bunch last week. Because I was like, oh, what if somebody asks me for Fantastic Four? They might, because the movie's out, so. The how is exclamatory. Oh, how? All right. Okay, all right. We need like an Owen Wilson version of wow. That's okay. So it should say how. I'm not really like a guy who does impressions. I'm willing to try. I don't think I'm accurate. Like fantastic. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I like the clarity of Fantastic Four. It's very clear as to what I end up doing. All right, Pink Floyd. Let me prep for Pink Floyd here. Let me see. Okay, here we go. And that was matching the cards. Okay, we can do that one in a little bit. Actually, hang on. Okay, all right. Let's see. Skynet is why my voice to text Skynet is why my voice to text doesn't work properly. So I have a personal vendetta. LOL. LOL. All right. Okay. Next up, we have a trick requested by Orion Sen called Pink Floyd, which I presume if anybody is requesting that, it's either by accident or you've heard of Pink Floyd The Wall or Pink Floyd and you're just a fan of Pink Floyd. All right. Okay. Let's see. How should I start this? To whom it may concern, these four jokers are haunted and will not let themselves be outdone by the Fantastic Four. Oh. That's a deep cut, guys. A word of warning: do not place these jokers back to back. Okay. Orion Sen says my two nerdy things are STEM and people playing music. Well, there you go. Orion Sen, have you heard of MTG Remy? Let me know. And if you haven't, I'll explain after the trick. All right, so let's take a look. We have four jokers. Okay. And so the okay. So the note said, "Don't put them back to back," is basically what it's claiming. So if I go ahead and I turn this Joker back to back, wonder what's gonna happen. Oh, look at that. That's turned red. But how about this one? No? Okay. Not this one. All right. Well, okay. Okay. How about if I was to do it again? So if I go ahead and I turn back to back like this, wonder what's gonna happen. Hey, that one turned red too. So is this one. Okay. But not this one? No, okay, not this one. Just this one. Okay. Okay, so now we've got two blue-backed jokers left. Actually, I want to do a controlled experiment. Let me go ahead and place the jokers face to face just to see if there's anything that different that happens. Anything? I don't see anything. All right. Let's go ahead and do them back to back. They're now back to back. Something happened? Yes. Boy, this is the last one. Oh! Look at that. So wait, now we have So now we've got 4 red-backed jokers. What do we do with 4 red-backed jokers? Well, let's place them back to back, see what happens. And of course, they're all, well, wait, did all of them change back? Oh yeah, all of them are now back to being blue-backed. That, my friends, is Pink Floyd. See, Orion Sen says, two nerdy geeky things are STEM and people playing music. So you like flute players, says Princess. No bells immediately, unless it's every track in Dark Side of the Moon. Oh, no, no. Okay, all right. Yeah, so if this leads to an American Pie joke, I hope not. No, it was a bad attempt at a pun. STEM music players. A flute could be seen as a music STEM. I have no idea. No, no. I think he means STEM as in like science, technology, education, math, um, and then music. Uh, I think music is self-explanatory. To be honest, I've never been asked to like define music. So uh, let's see. If flute could be seen as a music STEM, lol, I have no clue. Okay, that's that's great. I've also heard a lot about jazz versus Lou Reed. To fill everybody else in, to play some instruments, you need a reed. I don't know. That's what I'm getting. Thanks for clearing that, Chan. Thank you for the claps. Felden Kane, Chan the Magic Man, E Room. Lol, I know I was being silly. Oh, unsuccessfully. I Okay, all right. So MTG Remy. So for anybody who's a fan of Magic the Gathering, so not the Magic that I do, but the Magic the card game, um, and music, I was recently introduced to MTG Remy, which is someone who does Magic the Gathering parody songs to uh like a lot of like big name songs. And so I'm just going to go ahead and put this. This is a playlist of all 49 songs that I was sent and I listened to all of them. So if you are a fan of Magic the Gathering, you can go ahead and listen and watch this. Not right now, not, but I mean later, because like the whole playlist is like 49 songs. So, but yeah, when you are ready for that, there it is for you. Okay. Yeah, read instruments. Lou needs to change his read all respect. Yeah, etc. etc. Yep. Felden Kane's got thumbs up. All right, awesome. Oh, that's right. Felden Kane's into magic. Yeah, and music because I see him in music streams. All right. Okay, let's see. Next up, we've got a trick called matching the cards. I can redeem if you want. All right, I won't be able to do it with matching the cards, but if you redeem it, we will put something else in the list and we will do it with Magic the Gathering cards. So, wait, he actually Princess Nah. Oh yeah, so this is probably a good time to say take a look at the redeem. So I've been known to do some magic tricks with other kinds of cards. So I've been able to do them with big cards, premium cards, tarot cards, Uno cards. Clear plastic cards is a very popular one. Magic the Gathering cards is also up there. And then there's gigantic cards as well. So yes, I can literally do magic with Magic the Gathering cards, and I have done so, and I will do so again. But yeah, if you want to redeem, feel free. We can do it. All right, but in the interim, let me let me do this. Let me get ready for this trick because we gotta get ready for this trick. All right. He also, oh yeah, Orion Sand also says, yeah, he also has Star Trek cards too. I have a ton of points that I don't use. I mean, yeah, because Star Trek is not on the list, but I'm willing to do some tricks with Star Trek cards too as well. And actually, so I'm gonna let people know verbally on stream, but I'm probably not gonna put this officially in the list because, but I recently got new cards, and if you follow my YouTube, you'll probably know that I have these. But I recently got Bluey cards. I'm a dad. I'm also a fan of the show. I like Bluey. It's actually a pretty good show. And the episodes are bite-sized. They're like 7 to 8 minutes long, most of them. But yeah, so here's Bluey playing cards. These are bigger than regular playing cards, just twice as big, but they're very not good quality. So anyway, sure, MTG cards would be cool. Thanks. All right, awesome. Well, if I see that up next, we'll do that after matching the cards as requested by Charlie's Beats. All right. Oh, hold on. You know what? I should do this just a little bit differently here. Hang tight. I don't want to mess this up. I want to get this right. Okay. Okay. All right. I think we're good. Okay. Bluey Uno Star Trek. All right. Orion Send has redeemed Magic the Gathering. All right. Very well then. After this, we will have to checking the gaff meter. Welcome in. How's it going? Felden Kane, thank you kindly for the transporter. We rambled about string theory for a random one. I have talked about string theory on stream. Yes. Blue Uno Star Trek. Shop. Mark Rides, welcome in. How's it going? Oh man. All right. So we're gonna have to all right, let me do this trick first. All right. So first of all, we have the deck. I'm gonna make a prediction. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go through, and I'm gonna say this one feels good for a prediction right here. That one. And then we're gonna need to find 3 cards that will hopefully make this prediction really impressive to you guys. And so here we go. Let's go ahead and find our first prediction. I think I'm feeling this one right here. So that is an 8 of hearts. So this 8 of hearts is going to go ahead. I'm going to place that down right there. Okay. Next, let's go ahead and do this. And our second one will be the 8 of clubs. Okay, so before it could have been like a heart, but now we have 2 8s. And so let's go ahead and do that. And then let's see here. Okay, let's go ahead and let's cut there. I think checking the F meter says STG Mark Rides waits for me to do this. All right, okay. So my last prediction here, 8 of diamonds. Ah, okay. All right. So if this is the 8 of diamonds, this is the 8 of clubs, and this is the 8 of hearts. What should this be to make this really impressive? So this is a good time if anybody has been sitting around for a while and you're not hydrated, please feel free to hydrate. Orion Sand has said, I have heard from lots of people that they're legitimately bummed when their kiddos switch shows because the parents are even more invested in Bluey. All right, so full disclosure, I am part of the Adult Bluey fan club group on Facebook. So, and it's a popular group. I'm not gonna lie, it's a good show. All right, guys. I think sometimes when I do this trick in real life, when people say, "Oh, that should be the 8 of spades," and I hear, "What? Ace of spades?" So here's the problem. I know that Charlie's Beats has requested this trick, and I know that Charlie's Beats did not sign the 8 of spades, but Charlie's Beats has signed the Ace of spades, and so let me just go ahead and look, I don't think I messed up because look, there's Charlie's Beats. Now, unfortunately, this is not going to be that impressive to you guys because I have the 8 of hearts, 8 of clubs, and 8 of diamonds. Actually, wait, we can fix this. Hold on. Ready? If I just go ahead and I use the ace and I just tap all of them, this will become the Ace of Hearts. The Ace of clubs and the ace of diamonds. And that, my friends, is matching the cards. Mark Ride says, wait, can you make it a trick shuffle a bluey card into Star Trek deck and then use Transporter and it can move to an Uno deck? Oh my god, Mark Rides, what the, what the heck are we doing? Orion Sen says, I'm definitely going to look into it. I'm an OG Henson person. Oh, okay. Checking the Gaff Meter, thank you for the claps. E-Room, thank you for the claps. Felden Kane, thank you kindly for the claps. All right. Okay, hold on. Let me look at. So, hold on. We got to do a few things here. We have to Scandalous Shuffle. We have to do Magic the Gathering. Uh, and let me put all these in the queue before I forget. Okay. Let's do Scandalous Shuffle first, because that will be hopefully pretty quick. Oh wait, I need this to be over here. I'm bad at modding myself. Okay, and then MTG cards. All right, we'll figure out what to do with Magic the Gathering cards. Okay, all right, and we just did matching the cards. All right, cool. All right, awesome. Okay, thank you kindly for the claps. And all right, so what does this Scandalous Shuffle say? So for anybody, Bluey Uno Star Trek. All right, let me. All right, so Bluey Uno. Now, when you say Star Trek, like Star Trek collectible card game cards, or Star Trek, like the premium deck Star Trek, and then would that be at least a stretch the difficult shuffle redeem? I mean, I also, if it's the Star Trek collectible card game, I only have 5 of them like right here. I think immediately. I don't want to like go over there and go find like a bunch of them, but hold on, I'm actually having trouble finding my Uno cards too. Uno, where are you? Oh, maybe if I can't find Uno, we might have to. Are you here? Hang on. I thought this would be faster, but nope. This is garbage stuff. Here. Man, I recently reorganized, and I thought it was gonna be easier to see or remember where everything is. This is not. I clearly am missing my Uno cards. They were in the box with this one. Oh no, they're okay. They are right here. I've found Uno at least. Wait, there's more than 2 Star Treks? I thought it was only the Voyager. What have you been hiding? Orion Send, you didn't know that that was a collectible card game, that there's way more than just that? Like yeah, I have Star Trek cards from the Star Trek collectible card game, and it spans. Originally it started with the Next Generation, and then as it got more popular, there were more expansions, and so eventually uh, there was a Voyager one, there was a Deep Space Nine one. They even went back in time to the original series. So yeah, that was a long time ago. Either you shuffle Bluey into Uno and then Bluey cards magically, or start to, yeah. The problem is they're different size, so I don't know if it'll be that magical. You can use something other than Uno. Oh, you got it. Yeah, I got Uno, and then everything else does in text. I've worn this, especially having to voice to text. Yeah, there are many corrections I've had to make. Weird word substitutions have gotten incredibly inappropriate. I mean, massively so. I mean, I've heard of stories where people try and put the word public on a slide for a presentation, and somebody spells it wrong, and they are missing an L. So what do they spell? Let me spell it for you. Pubic is the typo of public without the L. Learned is not equal to worn. Oh, okay. And, oh, I was speaking of noms. Uno, where you? Where are you? Or you know? Okay. Orion says, "Oh no, it's pure literal slurs in there that aren't even close to sounding like what I wrote. It's surreal. I don't get it." Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, all right. So for anybody who doesn't know what a scandalous shuffle is, um, I'm basically going to shuffle differently sized or kind of cards together. So in this case, we have the request for Bluey, which is twice the size of a standard card this way, and also bad quality. And then the Uno cards, which are, I think, just this bridge size, so it's a little bit smaller than a regular card. And for anybody who doesn't know, checking the gaff meter does not like these. So, and yeah, that's what she was complaining about earlier, saying, people just wait for me to get in, and then they redeem Scandalous Shuffle. So, not you, Orion said you're good. Felden, Felden Kane's got the No You Uno card from Neptune Music. Awesome. I've seen that before, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. All right, here we go. All right. Okay, I've pushed them together. So now we have an Uno and Bluey. And then I guess, so hold on, let me find the Star Trek cards. I only have 5 here at the moment, so we'll just get them. Or no, wait. Hold on. Do I just have a few? Oh, okay. No, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna use these other Star Trek cards because I have more of them. So actually, instead of using the nice Star Trek cards that I like and might be worth more money, then I'm gonna use the other trashy collectible card game cards. So for anybody who didn't know, there's many Star Trek collectible card games, and one of them was by Decipher. Which, let me show you those cards. These are nice. I like these. And then, so this is from Star Trek Voyager. And this is what the backs look like. I will not be shuffling those ones. However, this one, these ones, this was a much crappier game, and nobody played it. So here we have like Uhura, we've got Sulu, we have Scotty, Chekhov, um, and Yeoman Rand. I don't know if I'm familiar with that character. And then there's some other cards that are like they depict. Oh, Spock, McCoy, and James T. Kirk and the USS Enterprise, the original. But anyway, so okay, and let me see if I can just shuffle the. You know what? I'm just gonna cut like this. We are going to attempt to shuffle this into that, and you know what? When Mark Rides asks for a scandalous shuffle, we're gonna give Bluey Uno Star Trek a fair shot here. All right, here we go, guys. All right. Okay, there we go. So this half has everything: Uno, Bluey, and Star Trek in it. Original series. Isn't Rand from OST the original series? I mean, yeah, I think all the characters I named right were from the original series. I'm just not familiar with like her character. I haven't seen I guess enough of those episodes. Such a good emote, says Felden. Yeah, and then let's see. Orion says, luckily, most of the streams I frequent know my general vibe, so even when that happens and Automod doesn't catch it, chat typically understands. Yeah, I feel like just being in a community where like people are like, oh, that's probably not what they meant, like, and they don't jump to conclusions about like, you know, what what people actually mean. All right, I think that will satisfy it for the scandalous shuffle. That was very scandalous, guys. Very scandalous. Okay. And now you have to suffer watching me unshuffle these. Okay. Do we get it? Are we done? No. Okay. I think we got it. I can't tell because these are not good enough to be like. I see a couple with a bend in them. I don't know if I hopefully I didn't permanently damage them. I have some more magic trick ideas for these. Oh yeah, but in the meantime, if you guys want something to do really quick, if you guys could subscribe to me on my YouTube channel. That would be awesome. I have over 340 Magic performances on there, adding more to by the week. But I am about 50 subscribers away from 2K subscribers on YouTube. So that would be appreciated if you guys could. I would be eternally grateful. So thanks, guys. Okay, all right. So everything's separate. I think I'm good. Thank you for that scandalous shuffle redeem. Um, she was a yeoman, yeah. I pretend not to be cool enough to real Trekkie. Okay, so that was the scandalous shuffle. All right, let me get Magic the Gathering cards. All right, so let me see here. So one of the types of cards that I like to use for Magic the Gathering is basic lands, because you want something that's very easy to see and is very visual, and something for non-Magic the Gathering people to understand. But let me see what I can do to do something fun for everybody. Let's see here. Okay. You know what? I think I've got a couple of um, things to do here. Okay, let's start with one of my favorites with these cards. Let's see here. Orion says, I'm aware of the overarching, etc., but I'm no more than a TNG 90s flavor. Ah, gotcha. All right, so the first thing we're going to do with Magic the Gathering cards is a trick called Oil and Water. Okay, not the face-up one. I mean, we can do that after, but I want to do the regular one first. Okay, oil and water. All right, so we can do this. Okay. I watched Star Trek TOS when it first aired, says Double Tribble. That's awesome. All right, guys, Magic the Gathering, Oil and Water. So, for those of you who've never seen Magic the Gathering cards before, they are a collectible card game, and you use them, you build a deck, and you don't play them like regular playing cards. You play a completely different game with them. But this is what the back looks like, and that's what all of the backs look like. There's a basic resource in the game called lands, and those are really good for doing magic, because you can clearly see that these all have a red fireball at the bottom, and so these lands are used for the red resource. We call that mana, and if we have it in play, anyway, I don't need to explain the game for you to understand the magic, but anyway, so these will all have this red fireball at the bottom over here. And then these are also lands, but they're different. They have this black skull, and they will make black mana over here. Okay? So here's what I want to do. I'm going to go ahead and leave the red, the red producing lands over here, and I'm going to hang on to the black producing lands over here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to interweave them going down here. So here, I'm just going to say the color of mana that they make, not what the actual permanent is, because I know lands are colorless. So black, red. Okay, so here we go. Let's do that again. Black, red. Okay, black, red, black, and red. Now, if we just give it a second. So the whole reason why this trick is called oil and water is that the cards will simulate acting like oil and water. And what do oil and water do when you try and mix them? They will separate. And if I show you the bottom card, that's actually a black skull. But if I show you the top card, that's actually a red fireball. Now, I don't know if you know, but all of the mountains that make red mana have floated up to the top. Because in this scenario, mountains are really high up, right? So they go to the top, right? Oh yeah, these are called mountains, by the way. And then the ones that have the black skull, those are called swamps. And swamps, they all sink down to the bottom, right? So, here. I know. Is that strange? Very strange. Okay. Now, some people are thinking, oh, well, that's not that magical because, well, the swamps sunk down to the bottom and the mountains went up to the top, but I actually started by putting a swamp down on the bottom. Well, maybe it would look way more impressive instead if I started with a mountain on the bottom, like this. So, mount a red, black, red, black, red, black, red, and black. And now if we just give it a second, they'll separate. They'll separate because I'm going to manually separate them. Ta-da! Look at that, they're separated. But actually, that was all the time that it needed for the cards to get to, because right, remember we started with red, so this should be a mountain if you follow card logic, but if you're following the simulation right now, swamps sink down to the bottom. So if you take a look, that's a swamp. This is a mountain. This is a swamp. This is a mountain. This is a swamp. This is a mountain. This is a swamp. This is a mountain. Is that weird? Let's see. That is legendary. To me, the coolest thing about the original series is the in real life of George Takei's story, honestly, and the accident parallels. Ah. And the Felden Kane's tapping everything. Tap, tap, tap. And then, let's see. Like, 2-hour interview for his 88th birthday less than 3 weeks ago, which is why it's on my mind. The only reason I'm bringing it up. He's just an incredibly interesting person, and when you compare his perspective to the whole Star Trek concept, it's poetic. Yeah, George Takei, amazing man. He is an amazing man. Thank you, Ken, for the claps. Double, triple. Felden Kane. Orion Sen said, once again, ta-da, more effective than wand exploding into flowers, etc. I don't want to spoil wand exploding into flowers, but you can buy that trick. All right, so that was regular oil and water. But now you guys will probably want to see the face up version. Do you believe that we can separate the cards while they are face up? Um, let's see. Orion says, you can get that in Disneyland like a $20 bill. Maybe I'm showing my age. uh, all right, so here, once again, we have our swamps, we have our mountains. I'm actually going to take one mountain, place it with the swamps. I'm going to take one swamp, place it with the mountains. So you can definitely see that there's one opposite in each pile. However, I'm going to let you in on a little secret that magicians will like to do. They will sometimes snap with both of their hands. A lot of people will say that that is snapping for effect, but actually sometimes the for effect is actually serving a purpose. And here, when I snap my fingers, I'm actually going to be contacting the off card in each pile and then kicking it into the opposite pile so that the piles correct themselves. I know, that's super crazy. And I'm going to do it faster than the frame rate that the camera... Ad? Okay, all right. I'm going to take a pause. We're going to pause for ad. All right. I will pause for ad. All right, cool. Hands are up here. I mean, I guess I just won't do anything down here. But so let's see. We did take care of the scandalous shuffle already, so that's a good time to take care of that. Back. Thank you. All right, awesome, cool. So I've just taken one card and swapped them. Now we're going to do our snap with both hands, and I don't know if you saw, but I did it faster than the frame rate would. So I kicked the off card into the correct pile, because now if I show you, this is swamp, 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 and then this one is mountain, 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 mountain. I know, super weird, huh? Okay, so look, leave two swamps, and then we're gonna leave two mountains. I'm gonna take two mountains, place them on two swamps, place them on two mountains, and now, once again, if I snap, they will kick the card the, that is not in the correct pile. And now, if I show you, look, here we've got mountain, 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 mountain. Then over here we have swamp, 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 swamp. I know, is that weird? That's super weird, right? Okay, so I know that this trick is called face up oil and water, but there's one. I'm going to take one of these, and we're going to go ahead and leave them. We're going to swap these, and now we will turn everything face down and place them into their piles. Like so. Okay. And now here's where the only part that's face down, we're going to snap, and then everything will correct itself, because if I show you, have swamp, 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 and we over here we have mountain, 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 mountain. There we have it. Oh, and actually, if anybody was curious, there was an Easter egg in there. If were you guys looking really close at the mountains? I don't know if you saw, but for anybody who has ever played Magic and actually played with the unglued set, I think it was unglued. There's a card where if you cheat it into play, you're allowed to keep it in play. And that card, I don't know if you can tell, but I've cheated something into play. Ready? There we go. We have cheated Cheaty Face into play. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? Mark Ride says 1.95K viewers and 615 videos. Oh, are those my YouTube stats? Is that Mark Rides? Thank you. Yeah. I think I have. I'm very close to that 2K subscribers on YouTube, and I have a lot of videos. They're not all Magic, but most of the recent ones are all Magic. Thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, Double Tribble, Felden Kane, Chan the Magic Man. Thank you. And then let's see here. Okay, I see Checking the Gaff Meter has requested the inverted card trick, so we can do that. And then I still have another idea for a Magic the Gathering trick, but we can do this one first. So, alright. Let's see here. How do I do this? Very carefully. Alright, hang tight. Let me prepare for something really quick. Okay, alright, there we go. Okay, let me do this. Alright. Orion Sen says, I love stuff like that. Impossible appearing cards, especially in close-up Magic. Oh, yeah. One of your stats, you also have an earlier channel with 3 videos, 2 subscribers. Oh, I do have another channel that I don't push. And then I do have another VOD channel as well. So yeah, that is correct. If Mark Rides found that other channel, that one's like it's like more of a personal video channel. So um, I do have personal videos on my main channel, like back in time, but I think I made a lot of them members only. So 16 years ago, 3 videos. Yep, I think that one's called like crazy, not crazy, Nam Azen Nam TV, AZNNN, and Nam TV. I think is probably that channel, right? I think that's what it's called. Sorry, I've said it, but yeah, there's nothing to see over there, honestly. I feel like all the cool stuff is on my main channel. Okay, all right. All right, so here we have a deck. I've actually found a card. This is Checking the Gaff Meters card because Checking the Gaff Meter has signed the Four of Spades. If anybody wants to support, no, it's no underscore. Oh, okay, yeah, it's no underscore. But yeah, if anybody wants to sign a card, if you want to help support me, you can either gift a sub, give 500 bits, or use 25K channel points, and you can sign a card. And if you are here in chat when you request a trick, I'll try and use your card if possible. Obviously, there's some tricks where like I use like blank cards or something, so we might not be able to do it for all tricks. But anyway, okay. So here we have checking the gaff meters signed card. So there's no duplicates or anything because it's the only one. Um, but here's Kung Fu Hustle is on YouTube, says Gibson Lands. Oh man. All right. Thanks for letting us know. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and take checking the gaff meters card, and what we will do is we are gonna go ahead and place it into the middle of the deck. So you'll see the face down card and a face down deck. Okay. However, all I have to do is click. Can I sign a blank card? Says Mark Rides. Yeah, you can sign a blank card, Mark Rides. Well, we can do that after this. If I show you now, I don't know if you could tell, but there's actually one card that's facing in the opposite direction. One card, and I don't know if you know, but if you take a look, it is indeed the Four of Spades. There we go. That, my friends, is the inverted card trick or the phantom card trick. Well, actually, that one is more the phantom card trick. Yeah, so there we go. Thank you kindly for the applause, checking the gaff meter. Thank you kindly for the claps, Chan the Magic Man. Thank you kindly for the claps, Felden Kane. All right. Let's see here. Thank you kindly for the claps, E-Room. Chipperdoodle, welcome in Chipperdoodle in PA. All right, so anybody who's seen Chipperdoodle before knows that Chipperdoodle is mostly a mod, but I like to shout out Chipperdoodle because Chipperdoodle has a stream once in a while, usually on April Fools. Oh, thanks for a shout, Matt Chan. You beat me to the punch. You got me. All right, thanks, Chan. God, Chan's on top of it today. Yeah. So, welcome in, Chip. How's it going? Becca's lol. Uh, all right. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Mark Rides. We have a blank card right here. So here's a blank card, and we'll sign this for Mark Rides. Let me find my Sharpie. Hold on. All right, here we go. All right. Mark Rides. You want just like one across, or you want like Mark and then Rides? You let me know. Orion Sen says, to get nerdy, the George Takei interview was really interesting because he also talked about the significance of turning 88 culturally, which is something I think a lot of people tuning in for Star Trek necessarily might not know, understand that the stuff I really enjoy. I know that you want to hear this particular story for 100th time, but it's always fascinating stuff. Yeah. And then also, like, in certain Asian cultures, 88, 8 is a a good number because it's either lucky for money or it means like it sounds very close to the word for like clapping and applause. So, yeah. All right. So, all right, Mark Rides. Let's go ahead and I'm just going to write Mark Rides right here. So, here we go. Mark Rides. Anyway, Mark Rides, thank you for the continued support many, many times over. I always appreciate you, Mark Rides. So, thank you kindly. All right, let's do a trick with this really quick. Let me see what we can do. You know what? So, we can do the obvious. Oh, Chip says only on April Fool's Day, every other year sometimes. It's very predictable schedule at least. All right, so here, if we have, oh no, there's nobody's name on this. Let me go ahead and put somebody's name on this. Oh, I messed that one up, guys. Hold on, we're gonna do that again. All right, here we go. See, I mess up tricks. I mess up tricks on stream. That happens. All right, here we go. See, guys, this card is blank. Here we go. There we go. That looks a lot better. Remind me, I owe you some money. PayPal won't load. No, don't worry about it, Mark Rides. I thank you so much in the past. We're good. I'm sorry. No, don't be sorry, man. I appreciate it. No, it's all good. Um. Oh, you know what? Actually, we could do a proper trick with this. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and hold on. Please hold. Okay. Right. Oh yeah. Wait. Can we do this one? Yes. All right. Okay. All right. Here we go. Um, Orion says, if you hadn't called it out, I wouldn't have noticed. Wow, X. Oh, guess what I watched Friday in Discord? Mark writes, did you watch Office Space on Friday in Discord? That's the guess. Oh, yeah, so we're going to be doing vampire card trick. Okay. All right, guys. So here we have an ace of hearts. We have a two of hearts, a three of hearts, and a vampire. This vampire is going to suck the blood of each one of these victims. And here we go. It's going to suck the blood out of the first victim. OMG, those of us who remember cry computers. Oh, CRT computers. I'm having to hand key everything. Oh my god. That sounds dreadful. All right, we have a 3, we have our 2. Here's our vampire. But no, it's Mark Rides, guys. It's Mark Rides. I don't know if you can tell, but Mark Rides has eaten up the very first victim. Okay, now here we go. So we've got our second victim, our third victim, and our vampire. But the vampire is going to go ahead and suck the blood out of our second victim. Actually, you know what? Mark Rides has come to save the day because here Mark Rides is again. All right, and now we're going to go ahead and here we go. We're going to get our last one, but actually, one, two, you know what? It's Mark Rides. Here we go. Mark Rides again. Okay, but not only that, we now have our vampire, but the vampire will not succeed this time because the person who's disrupted each and every feeding happens to be Mark Rides. And that, my friends, is the vampire card trick starring Mark Rides, saving the day. except for maybe one victim. Sorry, but the other victims were saved, so we're all good. All right, ta-da! I may have revealed a little bit about how that, but you know what? Most people who have never seen that before probably won't follow, and then anybody who has seen that multiple times is like, "Oh, I got a glimpse into something." So there you go. And honestly, if you just watch that hard enough, you can figure out exactly how that trick is done. So, all right. So there we go. Now we have a Mark Ride signed blank card. We'll have to see what other applications we can use that for later. All right. Thanks for clearing that, Chan. Thank you kindly for the emotes and the claps. E-Room, Chan the Magic Man, Felden Kane, Double Tribble, Orion. Yeah, so going back to Orion Sen's thing about CRT computers and having the key, hand key everything, and now it's like, man, I can just take a picture of a document and then I can Google Lens and copy the text from an image, and that OCR is so good that it has an exact duplicate copy and paste it into my buffer, and I can just paste it anywhere, and now I have it. Takes me like 3 seconds. So, uh, man, the times in which we live. Mark Wright says, I found a new song to make streamers learn like your idol. K-pop Demon Hunters. Mark Rides, this is literally like the fourth time I've heard about K-pop Demon Hunters, like in the past 2 weeks. And my wife and I talked about it today. She and I have not seen it, and we're like, we should probably watch this because we have so many people mentioning K-pop Demon Hunters to us. It's just like I am absolutely certain I will probably like it because I like K-pop, and from what I'm told, like people who like anime, it has very anime feel esque kind of stuff. And I'm like, all right, I'll probably like that too. My best friend, whom is not into anime and not into K-pop, has watched this movie and has told me, I like this movie. You should watch it too. And I'm like, dude, you don't even like K-pop or anime, and you like it? Oh my god! And like to me, that's like, I have to watch it now. So okay, so Mark writes, "That's amazing that you saw that," and then now I have to. You just that so many times. That's a couple of weeks. All right. Let's see. Orion says, "Person with IT background. That's dreadful. I'm terribly sorry." Yep. um, Double Triple says, "Have you tried GPT-5 yet?" So I have my OpenAI account and I've asked it a few things since they did 5, but I haven't done anything to try and test the new GPT-5 model. So I would say not really, but I mean, technically, yes, I've sent some things, but I didn't expect it to be that much different. But it's very, like, I'm just asking very specific, like, things that aren't ambiguous that won't, like, you know. So I was reading an article and people are mostly using generative AI, especially like ChatGPT. They're mostly using it as just a better search. Like, and I'm like, dude, if it saves me searching to get like an awesome, like, I can totally see that use case. Like, that's the best use case, right? Like, and there's a much smaller percentage having ChatGPT do like all the crazy things, but like, you know, there's a very basic need to have better search because if you've heard of the enshittification of the internet, Google is not really Google search results are not the best anymore. Maybe they were like 15 years ago, but now they're just serving up things that will give them money. So anyway, I think my primary default search is DuckDuckGo because I use Brave browser, and that default search is DuckDuckGo. You can also use the DuckDuckGo browser or go to DuckDuckGo and just do that search. But um, yeah. Orion Sen says, I have heard very good things about K-pop Demon Hunters as well, even from individuals who you wouldn't expect. Yeah, I know, right? Like that's the part that gets me. I'm like, I think I have to watch K-pop Demon Hunters now because I like K-pop, and I've heard amazing things about this. I'm just like, yeah, let's. um, Mark Wright says we watch it in Claire's Discord. Oh, okay, awesome. Ad. All right. I think Twitch waits for me to ask a question to run ads. Oh, double tribble. I feel that same thing. waiting for Twitch. So I actually don't think if it's you have to ask a question. I think it waits for a time when it knows that you're actually there. Like sometimes when you lurk and like you're not there, I think when you're idle, it chooses not to show you an ad at that point. But when you go to interact, usually with the chat window, right? I think that's when it chooses to show you the ad. So yeah, that's not. I don't think that's a coincidence. Orion Census happens to me all the time, right? Yeah, welcome back. Uh, yeah, DuckDuckGo is my default search, says Double Tribble. All right, well there you go. So Double Tribble knows about searching and not Google's stuff. Orion says I had DuckDuck as a default over a decade. Yeah, I haven't had it for a decade. I actually tried. I jumped around. Like I have like 5 different browsers on my computers just because I couldn't choose for a long time, and I'm like, oh, I like these for this one for that one. I like this one for this other one. So it's just like so. Right now, I use Brave as my like default primary. I use Chrome still because there's some things in Chrome or some websites that rely on having like the main supported like government websites. I can sometimes not log in properly unless I'm in Chrome. I use Opera GX sometimes when I'm doing gaming stuff or I just want to show videos or multimedia. So Opera GX I use for that. With one exception, if I'm watching YouTube videos while doing something else, I like to use Firefox because Firefox has the pop-out media by default overlay that will just have the video and it'll be on top of everything else. So yeah, I use all of these browsers for different reasons. Um, Double Trouble says, yeah, if you move the mouse or click on something, ads run. Yep, absolutely. Mark Ride says, so the mouse moving program.so, the ads fire off on time, then when you actually need to type and it won't suddenly run the ad. Oh, that's very interesting, Mark Rides. Program.so. I'll look into that for me. And of course, if anybody else wants to note it, program.so. So it looks like. Double Trouble says, I had a convo with GPT-5 last night about quantum gravity, and it came up with a new theory on its own, which seems plausible. Oh, not a link. Oh. So get, not a program. Typo? Oh, okay. Oh, that's a separate, you meant like, so get a mouse moving program, period, space. Okay, it's just a separate sentence. Never mind, got it. Okay. All right. Yep. All right, we got there. We got there. Thanks, Mark. Okay. All right. Let's see here. All right. I want to go back to the magic cards for a second because I want to do another trick with magic cards. Let's see, trick request. Maybe I spelled it wrong. Oh, I'm rate limited by my own bot. All right. I'm going to go directly into my trick list. Oh, incauto. I'm bad. I remember the wrong name. All right, we're good. Okay, all right. All right, let me hope that this works. Okay, once again, magic with Magic the Gathering cards. Okay, so here I have a pile of cards, and they are all mountains. All of them except for perhaps one card, but here I just want to show you these top 3, mountain, mountain, mountain. And I'm going to go ahead and lay them down here like this. And then the card that is not a mountain is this card, Sleight of Hand. I think it's very appropriate because, I use Sleight of Hand, right? I'm going to go ahead and leave this card right here. And then the rest of these are mountains. And so we're just going to go ahead and lay these down over, wait, is that one too many? Okay, I guess we're just going to do it with this many. So there's 8, this is an 8 card version instead of the 7 card version, guys. And so, all right. So here, I'm going to swap this mountain with this sleight of hand. And your job is to figure out which card is different than the rest. And Kanto, is this the trick that we don't talk about? Is it the Bruno trick? Orion Sen says, when I was in college, I had to tell someone much of their disappointment. I could not help them despite me having a Linux Unix sticker on my laptop because although we had multiple OSs, I was not the one. I just knew people who made it happen and definitely could not answer her question. Uh, all right, so I think most people would probably pick this one. But actually, the mountain is the one that's different because if I show you all of the other cards, these are all sleight of hand, each and every one of them, and this is the different one. Do you guys see the sleight of hand? Did you guys see it? Did you see the sleight of hand? There we go. And that, my friends, is Incauto Tromposo, but with Magic the Gathering cards. Orion sent as the mind blown. Thanks for the mind blown, Orion. Actually, could we do something else here? Yeah. Okay, this one's just a more or less of a demonstration, I think. Hold on. Thank you kindly for the claps. Felden Kane. Okay. And then I swear this will probably be the last one with the magic cards for that redeem. Because I had a bunch of ideas. Alright. Had a bunch of ideas for that one. Okay. Alright. So. Alright. So here we have 4 mountains. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you guys see the sleight of hand? Because I don't know if you saw the sleight of hand, but look. Here's the sleight of hand. Here it is. There's a sleight of hand. There we go. So now, amongst all of these, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 mountains. Did you guys see the sleight of hand? No, not this one. I meant this one. Over here. I meant this sleight of hand. Did you see that sleight of hand? No? Okay, alright. But of course we have 4 mountains, right? Because look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 mountains. One mountain was different? Yeah. But did you see the sleight of hand? No, not one of these two. I meant this one. This one right here. Now, most certainly, I only have 4 mountains in my hand right now, right? See, 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you see the sleight of hand? I don't know if you know, but playsets in Magic the Gathering, there's 4 of them. So look. 4 sleight of hand. Orion Sen says, I love the psychological aspect of this. You're paying attention, right? Are you sure? Let me show you. All right. So now you're probably wondering, I do legitimately have 4 cards in my hand at this point. So there, so here's a mountain, and then here's a mountain, then here's a mountain, and then here's a mountain. Did you guys see me cheat? 2 are green, 1 was slightly different, so it had a yellow base. Yeah, I know, right? Did you guys see me cheat? Because I actually got a cheaty face in play. There you go. Cheaty face. All right, yeah, we're gonna read the text of cheaty face, so people. So normally you can play it legitimately, or if cheaty face is in your hand, you may sneak Cheaty Face onto the battlefield. If an opponent catches you right away, that player may exile Cheaty Face, which means remove it from the game. But if they don't, you get to have it for free. So there you go. Anyway, so yeah, here's the mountains that I was using Mark Rides in there. So thank you kindly for the claps. Double Tribble, Felden's Cane, Cheaty Face. Yeah, that's actually the name of the card. That's I did not come up with that. That was that's built in. I get that for free. All right. Okay. Thank you kindly for clearing that, Chan. All right. Let's see. If anybody's been sitting around for a while and you have not hydrated, please feel free to hydrate. Okay. Woo. Let's see here. Queue is empty right now, so feel free to request. I think we'll probably last call because I'll probably want to end soonish. Um, so if anybody wants to see some more magic, now's a good time. Is that a real card, Cheaty Face? For all intents and purposes, it is real in that it was created by the company who created Magic the Gathering. So yes, it's real in that respect. It is not tournament legal because it came out. It came out from a expansion set that basically is just like it's a comedy set. So like people would buy the packs to play for fun at home, but you can't use it for tournament legal play. So, and what are Cheaty Face's stats? It's a 2/2 flying creature. So right here. So it looks like it would normally cost 2 blue, and it's a oops. Hold on, it's probably gonna be easier if I do it this way. There. Yeah, Cheaty Face, it costs 2 blue or it's a 2/2 and it flies. And it has the ability to get it into play for free by cheating it in. So, Orion says MTG Wizards of the Coast is complicated, especially after the buyout. Oh, yeah, so yeah, Hasbro Wizards of the Coast. Yeah. Man, that's a sore spot for some people. And there's a bunch of people that I know that they are upset about the universes beyond. So, like with the popularity of Final Fantasy selling way more Magic product than like any other set. The next best selling set was the Lord of the Rings set, and Final Fantasy basically sold that much in like a day. And it took like Lord of the Rings like 6 months to get the volume, and it's like, oh my god, this is nuts. This is not gonna be good for affordable Magic play, but I mean, it's good for people who are fans of Final Fantasy, I guess. I don't know how many other IPs can get like this level of reach, but um, yeah. So anyway, last call if anybody wants to request anything. Otherwise, we'll definitely still do a finale trick, and then also, oh, I want to do my trick that I normally do every stream because I want to keep it fresh. So L, and then we'll do this. I'm rate limited by my own thing. All right, hold on. Cardless. Okay. Oh, and then Charlie's Beats has requested Impulse. All right, cool. Certain tournaments have, if it's a WotC release product, it's playable. Really depends on when, where. Yeah. The thing is, it's like there. I mean, yeah, individual stores may allow that, but if you're going to be playing in official tournaments like Pro Tour qualifiers and stuff, um, then you have to have a deck legal that will end up going to those places. So Orion Sen says it's almost asking like where people what's actually Star Wars. Don't do that. Yeah, man, that's gonna open up an entire can of worms. What's actually Star Wars? All right. So we're gonna do coin matrix first. So I'm gonna go ahead and place these 4 coins over here. I'm gonna grab 4 cards over here. We're gonna go ahead and cover up. Charlie's Beat's got the Wookiee emote right there. Yep, Chewy laugh. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover each coin with a card. We're gonna make them teleport from corner to corner. Look, it's gonna go from here to here. 1, 2, 3. Happens pretty quick. We're gonna do this from here to here. 1, 2, 3. And then last one. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay, so that was the normal standard version. And then now we're going to go ahead and do it with the cardless version. So here we go. 1, 2. Oh, ad. All right. Okay, I will pause for a second. I'll wait for the ad to be over. Here, hands empty. Here, we'll put this one on back. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do this. Ooh. And we're going to do this. And then we have 1, 2, 3 over here and 1 over there. And okay. Now I've been practicing this finale for this one. So we're going to do this and then this and 1, 2, 3. There we go. That, my friends, is the cardless coin matrix. Orion says, "You're Magneto." Obviously, only explanation. Man, if I was Magneto, man, if you had the powers of Magneto, I feel like you could probably get a legitimate job doing something, and it would basically be effortless, and everybody would be like, "Well, we could pay somebody to do this thing with a machine that's super expensive, or we can pay this guy, and he'll do it perfectly every time." And like, and to you, it's just like, all right, I'm done. Like, all right, do work for like 5 seconds and then get paid like a salary. Orion Sen says, "You're Magneto." Oh, yeah. And then Feldon Kane. Thank you for the claps, Feldon Kane. That didn't work out well for him, very well for him. No, power generation at least. Feldon Kane says, "Yeah." So there's this comic strip that's like a Superman comic strip, and it's I forgot where it was from or who was it, but it's like Superman. For those of you who haven't seen this comic strip, it's basically Superman goes to ask like the world, "Hey, what is the thing that I can do to save the most lives?" And they said power generation. So basically, he's just there spinning like a turbine to just generate the world's power. And because there's a lot of things that will harm a lot of people just working in the energy industry or like getting power. So yeah, for sure. That's right. So true. Sad but true. Okay, let's see here. So that was coin matrix and the cardless coin matrix. And then let's see here. Okay, yeah, impulse card trick. This one is tricky sometimes. More often than not, perhaps. All right, hang on here. I have to refer to my spreadsheet to uh, remember the setup of this trick because I don't want to get it wrong. It has been a boss trick before. So, let me see. Impulse here. All right. Okay, this is the setup. All right. Okay. And then this. Okay, let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, and then here we have boom, 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 boom. Okay, all right. Then we do this. Okay. Sorry, I'm just like going through this really quick because I don't want to get it wrong. Okay. All right. Awesome. Here, here we go. Orion Sen says, shows I have an inner villain arc. Maybe don't make the bad guy plan so cool. You know, sometimes it's cool to be a bad guy. Look, I think like 30 years ago, nobody wanted to be a bad guy, and it was still kind of like taboo to be a bad guy. But I think in the past like 30 years, there's been a lot of stuff going on where the bad guys seem really cool, or like they've come into their own, right? Like things like Wicked or like Maleficent and things like that. So like there's these prominent villain figures who we now are like, oh, we understand better, or we get like a glimpse into them, and it's just like, hey, I relate to those people, right? Like, being a villain can be cool. Gibson Len says, I think actors often preferred playing bad guys at least. Yeah, I mean, X2 was 30 years ago. Oh man, that's a while. Oh man. I forget if I saw X2 in the theater. I saw one of them. Despicable Me, says Mark. I mean, yeah, that movie is all about. I mean, that the primary character, the main character, is a villain, right? Or at least purports to be a villain. So, all right, okay. So we've got some kings over here, some aces over here, and what we are going to do is, so here we've got the ace of spades. We have the. Hold on, we're gonna come back. I was thinking about Gru too much for a second. All right, starting over. Okay, all right. I'm gonna do this trick without looking at chat for a second because I just need to focus. All right. Okay. So we have the kings and the aces over here. So here we've got the ace of spades. We've got the ace of diamonds, ace of clubs, and ace of hearts. And so we'll leave the kings over here. And now we're gonna go ahead and turn one of these aces face down because look, we've got one card face down. We'll turn another one face down. Now we've got a second card face down. Snap again. We now have a third card face down. And now we have another snap, and that will turn all four cards. 1, 2, 3, 4 cards face down. But actually, not only that, if I snap, uh, these are no longer the aces. If I show you, they're actually the kings. Actually, if we take a look at all of these are all four kings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? That should not happen. That's a little bit bizarre. But there is one thing about this particular trick, and I think some people would say, well, even if they were all the kings or all the aces, if I place all of these cards on top of this pile, there's no way that by the end of the trick they would be interwoven, right? What? SROM, thank you kindly for the raid. Good timing because I just messed that one up. So we're gonna do it over. But SROM, thank you kindly. Magic, says SROM. All right, so let me just go ahead and oh, thank you for giving the shout out to SROM Music, guys. If you're not following our friend SROM Music, SROM Music does a lot of ambient music. Has also done music to movies and. So, and SROM also a strong supporter of Magic Twitch, and that's usually where I see SROM in other Magic Twitch channels as well. So welcome in, SROM. How are you doing today? How was your stream? Hopefully everything went well. I see SROM yelled magic. But welcome in. How are you doing? SROM says, so stoked to get to raid you. Makeup stream because I was sick and missed stream last night. Oh, my sympathies. Hopefully you're feeling better from your sickness. But I'm glad that you got a chance you were feeling better enough that you could make it up. And thank you so much for the raid. Greatly appreciate it. Um, so uh, I'm going to do this trick again because it's surprisingly a hard trick and good timing because I basically messed up that trick. So I'm like, here's my chance to do it again, and you guys can also see it. But anyway, Esrom says, much better, thanks. Was a great stream. Excellent. I'm glad that you had a wonderful stream. But yes, welcome in. For anybody who has never met me before, hi, my name is Nam, and I'm Crazy Asian spelled this weird way on Twitch, but I like to do sleight of hand card magic. So if you would like to give me a follow, feel free. I also use StreamerSonglist to allow people to request tricks. I don't have any music. I just do card magic. Mostly magic, but mostly card magic. Orion sends us Stan Lee is debated and divisive for sure. Just like the whole Batman conversation we're having nowadays, the vigilante concept is something that in real life will not be very police friendly. Yep. Mark Ride says, I just realized error is Morse backwards. Do you make music with Morse code beeps? Oh, you're talking to yeah, SROM, right? Yeah. And okay, all right. So let me reset this trick again. We're gonna do it again. I almost nailed it. I think I know where I went wrong, but it was just slightly off. All right, here we go. This might be a new boss trick, guys, even though it's been a boss trick before. All right, so we have aces and kings. Morse code is better organized than my beeps and boops, says SROM. Awesome. Okay, so let me introduce you to the aces. We have the ace of spades. We have the ace of diamonds. We have the ace of uh, clubs. Come on. And then we have the ace of hearts. R2D2, is that you? Okay, we're going to turn one of these aces face down. There we go. We're going to turn a second one face down. There we go. We're going to turn a third one face down. We'll turn the last one face down. However, these are not the aces you were looking for. These are actually the kings. And I don't know if you noticed, but if we take a look, king, 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 king. Is that strange? That's very strange, right? So, anyway, here's what we're going to do. If I go ahead and I leave these cards here, if I go ahead and I grab this and I place it on this pile, you would not believe that there would be a way to interleave them, right? But if I show you, they're interwoven. So if we take a look, each ace is paired with a card. And in this case, if we find this pair, so the ace of clubs matches up with the king of clubs. The ace of spades matches up with the king of spades. The ace of diamonds matches up with the king of diamonds. And the ace of hearts matches up with the king of hearts. Orion Sen says, rad! But wait, there's more. If anybody's ever seen infomercials and Ray Popeil. Not only that, but if we take a look, if I turn all of the kings face down, they are red backed, but these aces are not. And that, my friends, is the impulse card trick. I'm glad that I did not mess up on this reveal. Fairy Foundling, thank you kindly for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. Infomercials and infos says SROM. Let's see. Thank you kindly for the claps. Double Tribble, Felden's Cane. Thank you for the mind blown Orion Sen. Thank you for the claps. Charlie's Beats. These are not the aces we are looking for. That's right. Fairy Foundling, welcome in. How's it going? Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the clap. Thanks for the claps, E-Room. So yeah, SROM, was there a particular trick that you wanted to see, or do you just want me to show something else to your community? This one was a request from my chat, but and you know what? I can show a trick that I would normally show new people who've never seen me perform before. So let's go ahead and... Fairy Foundling voted for Magic when we rated. Oh, Fairy Foundling, thank you for voting for Magic. And then Orion says, I love that nerd mode activated. Excellent. Yeah, I love nerdy geeky things. I will incorporate it if I can. Like, I love it. So Fairy Foundling says, I did. All right, excellent. So, all right, here's what we can do. Let's go ahead and have, if one of the raiders, if you're on desktop, go ahead and click directly on the screen. If you're on desktop, hopefully that should leave a heat marker, a heat map marker, and that will be the selected card for this trick. Not for this trick. We're gonna do this is a new trick. But so go ahead and click directly on the screen if you're on desktop, and we should get a heat map. I hope it's on. Okay, yeah, it should be on. Let me just double check for me. Heat map. Okay. All right, I do see mine from my face. Okay, cool. All right, excellent. All right, hopefully this is one of the raiders. Here we go. So this is the selected, no, this is the selected card. There we go. So now this is our selection. It does not matter that I see it because that's not this kind of trick. So let's flip it over and we'll all take a look. SROM says, you know I always love a bit of coin magic if you're inspired to go that direction. You know what? I did do one earlier, but I only do one, so we're gonna do it. We can do it again for you, SROM. All right, the 8 of diamonds. All right, so here's what we're gonna do with the 8 of diamonds. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the 8 of diamonds and place it into the middle of the deck like here. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and slide that in like this. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and eat these heat maps so that they're not too distracting. Delicious. And now what we're going to do is, if I snap, we can bring that 8 of diamonds all the way up to the top. Fairy Founding says, I didn't know you could see that metric. Squints. All right. Sorry, I had to switch to mobile. I had to run back to desktop for heat map. Okay, awesome. So look, 8 of diamonds. Now here's the thing. We just got the power. We don't want to waste it. I'm going to go ahead and grab it and take it and place it in the middle of the deck like this. See it going in. No funny moves after it goes in. But look, if I snap, that will bring it from the middle back up to the top. Nah, I just knew in my heart. All right. Okay, but look, even if we put it here, I'm going to put it in the middle once again. And importantly, before we snap, I can show you the card that's on the top. That's not your card. That's some other card. It's not the 8 of hearts, but here we go. I just knew in my heart, says SROM. Snap, there we go. And if I show you, 8 of diamonds. Now, some people believe that magicians will do sneaky things, and I will say, ooh, I feel called out, says Jamie Valley. Some people believe that magicians will swap out a card. I'm going to leave this sticking out. You'll know that it hasn't been swapped because that's the only 8 of diamonds in the deck. You could sign this card. I have a thing, exclamation point, sign card if you want to sign a card. I'm going to put it in the middle of this packet. I'm going to put this whole packet in the middle of this packet, and importantly, it's not on the top. It's not on the bottom. Some people think I hide it on the bottom. Not until we snap. And that will go from the middle back up to the top. 8 of diamonds. And that, my friends, is the ambitious card routine for the raiders. Thank you so much for raiding an SROM. Appreciate it. And you know what? We're going to do a coin trick for you. So Okay, we're just going to do the cardless coin matrix again. Okay, all right. Thank you kindly for the claps, Felden Kane. Oh, let me eat this heat map. Delicious. Okay, there we go. All right, we have 4 coins. I'm gonna go ahead and place these into like kind of a square shape, right? The sign cards are, in my humble opinion, extra impressive because you know they're not copies, duplicates. Yes, that's absolutely true. So that trick I can do. It's completely the same card with the sign card. So we have 4 coins. Hands are empty, and we're gonna make the coins jump from corner to corner magically. I don't know if you can tell, but it's gonna happen again. No, no, sorry for making you do double trick. No worries. Deeply appreciate your talent. Thank you kindly, Astrom. Thank you kindly for the raid. I appreciate that. So, and we've got 3 over here, 1 over there. We're gonna make this jump, and there is all the coins all together. I've been telling chat every single week that when I practice this, I am trying to do this new finale with this, and at this point, it's probably not a new finale at this point. So it's probably. Oh no, it's always impressive. All right, here we go. 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if you can tell, but there you go. All the coins are together now. And that, my friends, is the cardless coin matrix. I like to keep statistics, so I'm going to update my trick list. So it's not for naught because I am giving myself credit for doing it twice. Esrom says, awesome, thank you. You know what, Esrom, I've been doing, hold on, let me grab another coin because I have, let me see here. Okay. All right. Where's that Sharpie? Right here. Okay. And I don't know if you've seen this one, Esrom, but so I have a coin here, and here's what happens when I don't do the magic. Okay, so look, if I grab it, and it's just gonna stay in the hand, right? So there it is. There's nothing magical about that. However, a lot of magicians will have a magic wand, and mine's not handy, but I have a Sharpie, and I can use the Sharpie as a magic wand. So actually, if I just go ahead and grab the magic wand, I mean the Sharpie, and just wave it over the hand, I don't know if you heard that, but now the coin is gone, is disappeared. A lot of people wonder where the coin is, but actually, um, it's not really that surprising when I tell you that it's actually here in the Sharpie. See, there you go. Ta-da! Strange, right? Orion Sen says, keeping statistics is definitely another level of nerdiness I relate to. So happy I found this stream. Orion Sen, thank you. I'm so happy that you're here and that you enjoy my level of nerdy geekiness because I'll let you know that there are nerdy geeky magicians out there, but not many of them will put their nerdy geeky stuff into their tricks, right, and all the performances. Charlie's Beats got the thanks for the pog, and then Orion Sen says what? Like, yeah, Fairy Foundling says lol, nice. And then I'm not as good. I'm not Felden Kane. Thank you kindly for the claps. I'm not as good with this one, but I'll show you this one because it's the one I'm showing my daughter because she's 4 and now she enjoys. She has asked me for some magic, which is like a new thing compared to like last video. SROM Ray. Oh, thanks for highlighting the message, SROM. So SROM wants to highlight that two SROM Raiders. Crazy Asian performs in this time slot every Sunday. Yeah, pretty much correct. Yeah, I'm usually 10:30 p.m. Eastern until whenever I'm done. Usually I go for about 2 hours, 2 hour 15 minutes maybe, but I'm actually because of the raid I'm going a little bit longer. But so for anybody who doesn't know, I am recently unemployed, so I don't really have work tomorrow. I could go longer, It's fine. And normally when I end stream like on time lately, it's because I just need to do a YouTube video for my YouTube channel. But I'm actually done. Like I did my YouTube stuff earlier, so I'm like I'm caught up. Seal Bun says this guy is hella cool, guys. Thank you for the ringing endorsement, Seal Bun. All right, so Orion Sense. I've been wanting to watch. Sorry, I'm gonna read that again. I've been wanting to tune into the cooking ones so much. Oh, Orion said, yeah. Okay, so for anybody who wants to tune into my cooking ones, I don't know exactly which days I'm gonna do those, but I will announce whenever I go live here in the Discord. I've been better about it. If anybody wants to catch any of my old VODs, if you're not watching on Twitch, you can catch them on this YouTube channel, which is a separate channel from my main channel. And if you want to follow, if I'm not around and you want to see more magic, I have over 300 magic tricks on my main YouTube channel, and you can go. And actually, please subscribe to me on my main YouTube channel because I'm like 50 people away from 2K like subscribers. So anyway, thank you. If you do. Oh yeah, so this is the one that I've been showing my daughter lately. So she gets a kick out of this. She's only 4, but I pretend to put this Sharpie up my nose. So here we go. Ready? Oh, I don't know if you could tell, but it's now in my head, and then we'll take it out of my mouth, and then maybe sometimes I will stick it into my ear. Here we go. All right. Oh, oh, oh God. Oh, oh man. Wait, wait. Oh, there we go. So, yeah, if you guys haven't seen me do that, that's kind of something I'm practicing, but not really with adults. I'm practicing I'm practicing that for kids. Even though I've told myself I don't want to do tricks for kids, but when my daughter asks, I'm like, oh, I want to do that for her. Thank, thank you kindly for the claps and the applause. Seal Bun, Mark Wright says, Mod Chan streams Mondays around 6 p.m. Yeah, actually, this is probably a good plug. If anybody wants to see more magic on Twitch, we have a few people we know about. Definitely give our friends all in this link tree. So there's 4 of us. There's currently InfoXR, which his name is Jack, but InfoXR is, I call him the godfather of Magic Twitch because he's doing 3 Magic streams a week and a very consistent schedule. And he's, as far as I know, the first one that was doing it. So, um, and everybody says he's the first half of Magic Twitch. And then we have Hallowthorn, Ben. He's the second half of Magic Twitch. He used to stream more, especially during pandemic, but he's a working magician, entertainer in Singapore, and he's working like a lot, like in real life. So a lot of Magic Twitch calls me the third half of Magic Twitch, and that's because I just started doing it, and then I found out about them later. I was doing it, and then I'm like, there are other people that stream Magic on Twitch, and so we all found each other. And then Chan started doing Magic, so he's known as the fourth half of Magic Twitch, and so there we go. Give us all follows if you want to see more Magic on Twitch, and actually, if you guys want to help me out too, I stream under a category called Magician, which is not actually the Magic. It's actually a video game for like the NES, which is like bad. But we had somebody come in here once looking to play that game, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I use this because I don't have a proper, like there isn't like a proper Magic category. So if anybody wants to like upvote on user voice, that's the way that Twitch has said that. And the thing is like I've seen so many other new categories, but nobody has Magic. I even presented at a TwitchCon thinking maybe it would help. Yeah. All right. So yeah, lots more magic. Let's see. Orion Sen says, me being amazed as a 4-year-old, definitely better than the quarter behind your ear. Got your nose, not comparable. Yeah, so the thing is, I've tried to be very careful not to tell any kids that anything came out of their ear. So what I tell them is like if I make something appear, oh, I see something behind your head. And so that way they're not like sticking random things in their ear. They'll maybe just like reach behind their head, which is a lot safer. But like when somebody says, "Hey, I see something in your ear," and they pull out a coin, kids will just want to put coins in their ear, and I'm just like, oh, I don't want to be liable for that kind of thing, right? Like, um, Sealbud says that was so awesome. I'm glad you guys liked that. So, uh, let's see. Sealbud says no magic. Wow, L Twitch. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, there's no official magic out here. Sydney, aka Coco. By the way, welcome in, Sydney. But how? And Sydney, I would also like to thank you for commenting and watching my latest videos on YouTube because I appreciate that, and I really thank you for all the comments. I do like seeing comments on my YouTube videos, so thank you. Orion Sen says, also, the energy is just so positive. I mean, I can be negative. I just don't like to. It's very unenjoyable for me to be negative. I have fun, and when I'm having fun, I want to be positive, right? Like, you need to do a trick with Tide Pods. Oh, oh, hey, let's pretend this is a Tide Pod. All right, kids, this is how we do Tide Pod magic. Delicious. And then like so for my kid when I pretend to eat something, I say, "Oh, do you want it back? Hold on, let me sneeze it out." And then I throw it in her hands. So Sydney says, "My pleasure." Thank you, Sydney. Seal Bun says, "Wish I had a dad as awesome as this guy." You know what? I wish I had a dad that was also that good. My dad wasn't. Long story short, I like to tell this portion of the story this way. My parents got married, and then 5 months later, I was born. Fastest gestation time ever. All right, there we go. That's the story. We're done. Okay, that's so sweet. Uh, all right. Okay, so I did a bunch of magic. Let's go ahead and last call again. If anybody would like to see more magic, feel free to request from the trick list, and we can do a little bit more magic before we go. But otherwise, if not, then I will still definitely do a finale trick if there aren't any requests, and then we'll find somebody red. Yeah, we aren't mathing. That math clearly checks out. I mean, look, if we're doing like math, it's got to be world record, right? Like I don't know any human that has gestation time 5 months. You brought them. I brought them together. Clearly, clearly. I think that would mean a lot more if they were still together, but yeah, my parents are not. Oh, somebody has requested solving a Rubik. Oh, Seal Bun has requested solving a Rubik's cube. All right, Seal Bun, you get a choice. All right, you get a choice. Do you want the big Rubik's cube or the baby Rubik's cube? Oh, no Fantastic Four. Oh, yeah, we can do it. I did Fantastic Four earlier, but if you want to see it again, um, or if you want me to theme maximum penetration as Fantastic Four Part Two, that we could do that too. So, all right, okay, you chose the big one. Okay, let's go ahead and scramble. So I'll just scramble this right now. I'm not very good at reading notation, so if you ever gave me like a real scramble with like notation, I wouldn't know how to do it. Or at least I could probably figure it out, but it would take me a very long time and I'd go very slow. So but in the interim, let me go ahead and keep on scrambling this. Okay, let's see. Does this look sufficiently? I mean, I don't know. There's some random ones that don't look sufficiently scrambled, but Esrom says, I mean, most of my folk probably sleeping, but any survivors will appreciate the Devil's Elevator. Oh, I like the Devil's Elevator. Okay, hella scrabbled there. Woo! All right. Okay, cool. Excellent. All right. So there's some new people in chat, so maybe I'll go ahead and explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it, if you guys want. So full disclosure, this is the only trick that is not magic. I'm literally going to solve this, but like it's not in a magical way. So, but if you want, I can explain my logic as I'm doing it, which to some people is pretty magical. All right, so I pick a color to be the top color. I'm going to choose white because that's just how I've learned it, and I could do it with any other color, but I found out that that messes me up sometimes if I don't use it. So And I'm going to try and make the white cross at the top. Now, not only do these all have to be white, but the centers on each other face have to match as well. And then that means I will have the correct plus sign. So that's what I'm going to start with. So we're going to do this. I have that. We're going to find the other edges. This is here. We're going to toggle this there. And then we're going to have this one turn up. Okay, so now I do have the white plus sign, but if we also take a look, these red match, these green match, these orange match, and then these blue match. So that's all correct. Now I'm going to try and get the four corners, and these will be white on the top, and then of course these two faces have to match the colors that are in their respective center. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that now. So here's one corner, here's two corner, here's three corner, and then here's four corner. So now I have the entire white face, and all of these colors match the center on that edge side. So now I've done with the first layer, we call that the first layer. So now the second layer, which is basically getting all of these colors to match. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and do this. And then we need to do, let's see here, this one. And then one more, which is this one, away up this way, this turn, boom. Okay, so now I've completed the second layer. So the top is still solved, and then we have the second layer all matching on these two rows. Add, oh, okay. You skipped the petals and went straight to the cross. Oh, I mean, I always start with cross. I don't do, what's petals? I don't even know what petals is. Orion Sen says, relate. I had so many. Oh, hold on. Seal Bun says, I can never solve one, so this is magic. Well, I mean, Seal Bun, if you have one, there's instructions online, and the thing is, I think once you do it once with the instructions, you will probably always be able to do it with the instructions. It just making it look impressive is like you peel off, you start memorizing like the things that you need to do to get it to, and then nah. Orion says nah. For real though, I try and give up, and then I'll add. Okay, sorry. And then eRoom says you can try this on your stream. Oh, does eRoom have Rubik's cubes? Scrambled enough. Start with orange. Oh, sorry. I apologize. I missed that. Once again, it's because of the era of television watching Mass Magician. I also remember when Ripley's Believe It or Not. I used to watch that all the time. Guinness Book of World Records. I saw the fastest solving Rubik's cube thing happen live. So the fact that it's redeemed is a nerdy, crazy. I'd I'd let Lucky Girl do it. Says eRoom. All right, cool. Um, all right, okay. People are back. Okay, cool. I was like chatting, but I kind of stopped this for a second. So I was just catching up with chat. Sorry, I missed some stuff in chat. My apologies. Okay. Um, all right. So now we finished the first the first two layers, and now I'm going to do the bottom layer. And based on like what pattern I see that matches the bottom color, so in this case yellow, I know which algorithms to do. But basically, once you get to this point, you have to know a bunch of algorithms to basically solve everything in like any like convenient kind of way. So I'm going to do this. I try and see a pattern that I see. So in this case, the line that going across. So I can now do an algorithm that basically does that. Let me see here. Oh no, I see this one. Hold on. I'm trying to remember. Nope. My muscle memory is forgetting me now. Hold on. Maybe I was trying to explain. Hold, let me just. Okay, all right. I think if I was just thinking too hard about it. I was just like, I just closed my eyes and I'm like, what do I do? Okay. So now I have the plus sign here. Orion Sense. I was literally going to say, from what I understand, there's an algorithm, but co-majoring in math never helped. Oh yeah, I don't. I think you just have to like spatially know and understand. So right now what I'm doing is I'm looking for a color that matches the plus sign. I'm orienting it towards me, and then I'm going to do this particular algorithm maybe up to 3 times. Whoops. Oh my god, why are you doing this to me? Okay. So I did it once. I'm going to do that again. Okay, once I find the fish, once I find the fish, I have to do that algorithm up to 3 times. But I can basically just rinse and repeat until I see it. So now I see the fish, I orient it this way, and I do this. Okay, so that was 1. Now orient the fish again. Hold on, let me make sure this one's super slippery, or I'm just not used to working with it. Okay, I only have to do it twice, I can tell now. So these are now all the correct color, but these are not. I do see that the green side is correct, so I just have to swap these 2 corners over here. And we're going to go ahead and do this. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so now all of the corners are correct. I just have to change this edge piece going around for the entire thing. So we're going to do the algorithm to do 1 swap. I know I'm going to have to do it twice, because 1 time we'll get 1 of them in the correct place, this one. And now this time I have to do this way, so I have to rotate a specific direction. And we're solved. Done. There you go. Whoa, says Seal Bun. Wait, no. You are off middle colors. Is off. You solve for corners last? Fantastic. Oh, no, yeah, I solve for corners. Yeah, I solve for the corners last on the bottom layer. That's what I do, yeah. That's not beginner's method? Yeah, sorry. I guess it's not beginner's method. I thought it was, but I was actually told by some speedcubers that, yeah, what I do is not exactly beginner's method, so sorry. Steel Bun says he's the GOAT. Thank you, Steel Bun. Appreciate it. Algorithm. Yeah, that's right. So my instructions that I have, I thought were beginner's method, but I got it from a website a long time ago. I think it was before the solution was even up on like Rubik's Cube, because I did it in college, which was like over 15 years ago now. So yeah, if I appeared as though I was younger, we Asians age well. That's that's all I got for you. Um, Mind blown from Orionson. Less than can graph attention, but can't do that a tangent. Oh, okay. All right, let me go ahead and get ready for Devil's Elevator for SRAM. So let me go ahead and find a bunch of cards. Actually, I can search for these cards on camera. There's nothing secretive about this. Let's see. 2, 5, 3. Yeah, 2, 0. Okay, all right. Here we go. Okay, so what we have here is we have the red 6s and 9s. This trick is called the Devil's Elevator, so I like to use 6s and 9s, mostly besides the meme reasons, is that sometimes at certain angles these might look like 666, and that's basically the reason why we're using 6s and 9s. And then over here, oh, these are not in the right order. We want 2 here, okay, all right. These are not in the right order. But anyway, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and leave the red 6s and 9s over here. And then we are going to have, I'm going to lay the numbers over here. So we've got 5, and then we've got 4, we've got 3, and then we'll place the 2 on top over here. So now this trick is basically not a trick telling you about the devil in like a religious sense, but the devil lives in hell, and hell is not just a religious place, it is a business. And as all good businesses, it has a maintenance elevator. Now, we're going to use these cards to indicate the level of hell. So here we have the first, second, third, fourth, fifth. And if I take the number 2 and I place it in the second level of hell, can you see why I use the 2, 3, 4, 5? And if you're ever in hell, you want to find that maintenance elevator, go into it, let the doors close, press the up elevator button, and then with that up elevator button, it should bring you up to the uppermost level of hell, which is the closest to the surface, and thus you will be able to escape much more easily than if you were deeper in the level of hell. All right. Sealbun says, I have to go now. It's been an amazing stream, and I always look forward to seeing it. All right, Sealbun, thank you kindly for stopping by and coming in. And actually, you stayed almost the entire stream. So have a good night. Sleep well. Take care. Good seeing you, Sealbun, and we'll see you later. All right, so here we go. I don't know if you can tell, but the 2 has hopped up to the surface. Now, if I take the 3 and I place it in the third level of hell, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, that 3 is going to step in the elevator, press, whoops, press the up elevator button. Oh, SROM has the ding. Man, I even jumbled all the cards, but look, here is the 3. And actually, so, some people believe that maybe some of those cards, but look, I can just show you. These are all the red 6s and 9s that we've been seeing the entire time. Let me go ahead and I place the 4 here in the fourth level of hell. The first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Excellent timing, says Orion said. Yeah, excellent timing, SROM. And once again, person's going to go ahead. 4 is going to step in the elevator. Whoa! Mark Wright says initiated the transporter, and the 4 will now appear just on the surface without having to wait for the elevator. Excellent. Some people believe that maybe there are more levels of hell, and maybe you're right, but for the purpose of this trick, there's only 5. And look, the 5 we're clearly going to place on the bottom. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. And that 5 is going to go step in the elevator. And hopefully the elevator will make it to the uppermost level. And Mark writes, not to be outdone. And, sometimes the 5th level, because it's the deepest in hell, it takes a while. Whoa! Okay, all right. SROM has actually shown us that the 5 got into a gunfight basically on the way out, because the devils were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. The demons are like, no, you can't leave us. But then the 5 pulls out the gun and shoots bullets as the elevator's coming up. And now, here the elevator has made it. And now the 5 is up at the topmost level and can escape. And that, my friends, is the devil's elevator with a little improv with the sound alerts. I actually started a competition in chat. No, it's okay, Orion. This is actually one of the first tricks that I got sound alerts for, and everybody wanted to do the elevator ding. So, but honestly, bang has become a very popular one. People like using bang as well, especially E-Room. E-Room likes to bang on his way in. Right, E-Room? Right? Like, uh, thank you kindly for the claps and the applause. SROM, Orion, E-Room. Hey! You watch yourself, E-Room. You watch yourself. Mark Wright says, lol, I was going to do a gunfight, but Estron beat me to the draw. Yo! That's right. Bang, bang! All right. That's fun, guys. That was good. All right. Okay, the queue is empty. We're going to do last call again. If anybody would like to request, feel free. And I'm going to be wrapping up my tea. Good stuff. SROM, wow, letting that stand. Encore FF. Oh, right, that's right. Let me, yeah, you know what? Let me get that in there for you, Mark Rides. I did see you request it technically, so for Fantastic Four, there we go. And then Restless Lady. All right, we're gonna do Fantastic Four first, and then We'll do Restless Lady. Random question. What type of tea? Oh, today I'm having a chill mint. It's an herbal tea. But normally I like so during the day I'll have black and green tea, but at night I don't like to have caffeinated tea because I didn't want to admit it to myself a long time ago because I'm like, oh, I can have black tea and it won't keep me awake, but it did, and so but otherwise I would just have black and green tea all day. But now at night I try not to have caffeinated tea. But yeah, normally for black tea I'll have like English breakfast or uh, Earl Grey or I don't like Darjeeling as much, but I've had it. Um, and then there's some other one like Irish breakfast. I feel like English breakfast and Irish breakfast aren't too different, but they are a little bit different. Uh, let's see. Can the thing hold your tea instead of phone? Yeah, I could do that. I could do that instead of the phone. Yeah. But I responded via emote. Go tag lock. Let's see here. And then for green tea, I usually have like sencha tea or sencha matcha or those are my usuals probably. Orion Sen says, I have scores of decaffeinated black and green teas. I know, it's not the same, I understand it. Yeah, so like black and green teas, because they are naturally caffeinated, they are sent through a process to decaffeinate them. There's still caffeine in them, but it's like super way low. But like, uh, I I will admit that if it's like one of the teas that I'm not like super used to and not loose leaf, then like I can't really tell the difference, honestly. But like, if it's one of the teas that I have very often, then I'm like, oh man, this is the decaffeinated version of my tea. Nah, it is different. Okay, for anybody who has never seen this trick before, this is called the Fantastic Four trick. And I'm going to be telling the story of the origin story of the Fantastic Four as we go through the trick. Let's see. Esrom says, I mostly drink oolongs, but I can always enjoy a nice sencha. Oh yeah. So I found that oolong um, didn't have as strong a punch of flavor as I like, and I'm like, I feel like oolong is kind of like it's either like the weakest black tea or like the stronger green tea, and I'm like, nah, I just want I just want the punch in the face flavor. So, but that's me. That's me. So I've been trying to find some herbal teas that are like that have a different kind of flavor, and like I like some of the holiday teas, like the peppermint, like around Christmas time, or like the hey, this tastes like gingerbread cookie or something. There's this one from this place I got recently. It was like brownie crumble, and I was like, oh my god, this tastes so good. Like it almost didn't even taste like a tea. It was like it it was almost sweet. It wasn't actually sweet on the tongue, but like it had almost that sweetness. And it was like that's so good. Like Orion Sen says, after a lot of trial and error, I figured how to make homemade Thai tea and consider myself very accomplished on that. Awesome, Orion. That's cool. I actually don't know. I mean, I could probably imagine. I've seen a lot of tea ingredients, and I'm like, okay, I can imagine making tea, but when I make it, other people think I'm completely out of my head because the ingredients. But when they try it, they're like, yes, this is exactly like being at the restaurant. How? 3 years, a lot of research and trial and error. Yeah, yeah, I imagine that that's probably I'd probably have to like work on my recipe or methodology or whatever, but I can totally see that. But that's cool, Orion. Maybe one day I can consider making my own tea. Esrom says it's all about the subtlety. So if you're looking for a punch, it can lack. Yeah, I'm not about the subtlety. I've had like three different oolongs, and I'm like, I've decided I don't really like oolongs. Like, so, yeah. Not to each their own. Everybody can enjoy their own oolongs, but yeah, I'm not an oolong fan, and I know that. So all right. So, packet of cards. I don't want you to think of this packet as a packet of cards. This is a starship or a spaceship. This spaceship has four crew members on it, and they are going up to space. They're going to investigate an anomaly. But these four people aren't just any four people. You may know them as Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm. And so, when they approach the anomaly, they all happen to get strange powers. And so if I show you, here we have the two of clubs, which is going to represent Reed Richards, who will one day become Mr. Fantastic. Why? Because he's fantastic. However, when he first gets his powers, he doesn't know exactly what to do because he begins to stretch out in a way that perhaps is unnatural of him, a human. Uh, and so you can see him stretching and stretching. Hey, Mark rides. Oh, in ads. Okay. Oh, that is perfect. Thank you. Got it. Back. All right. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Actually, that's a perfect thing because when I'm worrying about the trick and then it's like that bang. Thank you, Mark Rides, for the bang. The timing apologies. No, I understand. It's my apologies uh, as well. Okay, so we have Reed Richards, and he gets the power to stretch himself, and he's not used to being in this position for a very long time. We also had to wait for an ad, so he was stretched out for the entire length of the ad, but he can't hold that pose for too long, and so we end up needing to collapse him together. And so there's Reed Richards, who will be known as Mr. Fantastic. Next up, we have the Invisible Woman, who is going to be represented by the Queen of Hearts. Now, here's the thing. She does have other powers, like making force fields and things, but she's called the Invisible Woman because she will be able to turn herself invisible. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at convincing her to turn invincible. She has a sassy personality, so she will turn invisible whenever she damn well pleases. And so we, like right now, like there you go. And so there she is, kind of maybe see her as she moves, but if she's just laying there, you might not be able to see. Uh, and eventually she'll come back, but I don't know when. Like even if hey, can you come back now, Sue, please? We need to progress with the trick for everybody, and eventually she'll come back. I have no control over when she does that. So, all right. And next up we have Ben Grimm. Now Ben Grimm, he will be known as the Thing. He loses his human-like look. His skin becomes rock hard and orange. He's going to be represented by the Eight of Diamonds. Now, the best way to demonstrate this is if I show you any Joe Schmo, this Joker, for example, if I try and give him a mug, a tea mug, he cannot hold a tea mug. Look at how much he bends. He cannot even muster the strength to resist. But Ben Grimm, he has the strength. You tell him to hold the phone, he can hold a phone. You tell him to hold a mug, he can hold a mug. Look at that. Insane. Insanely strong. And so that is Ben Grimm. He will be known as the Thing. Next up, we have, I guess the next and finally, we have Johnny Storm. He's going to be known as the Human Torch. He's going to be represented by the Seven of Spades. And the Seven of Spades, well, the Human Torch, what he's going to do is he's going to say, "Flame on!" And he's going to become a fiery red version of himself. And he's literally on fire. Like that's why he's flaming, because he's on fire. But actually, after he's done, I don't know if you can tell, but he becomes a smoky version when he says "flame off," because he was actually on literal fire. Um, but that's how he gets combustion. That's how he gets flight. So that heat. Hot air balloons, right? Now they all make it back to Earth, and they're like, with these newfound powers, we should probably do something. It's not just it's late night for people, right? I can say, yeah, let's do something with our powers. Let's not dick around, and let's go ahead and become the Fantastic Four. There we go. That, my friends, is the Fantastic Four card trick. I consider that a Crazy Asian original. So there we go. All right. Davis Deli. Whoa, I love that, says Davis Deli. Welcome in, Davis Deli. How's it going? How are you doing? Welcome in. First time chat. I'm glad you like that, Davis. Good to see you. Thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room. All right. Guys, you're not following our new friend, Davis Deli. Please give Davis Deli a follow. Davis Deli has recently started streaming, right? Like a month ago. And then I was able to hop in just for like a couple minutes the other day, I think. But Davis Deli is doing music streams. And definitely give Davis Deli a follow. Let's see. Davis says, doing great. Happy to catch your stream. Awesome. I'm glad you're here. Normally I would have rated out, but in my current situation of I'm unemployed, I don't have anything to do tomorrow, and I got a raid like near the end of when I would have normally. I'm like, all right, I'll keep on going. And thank you for the follow, Nurgle Sloth. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks for the shout. You're welcome, Davis. Yeah, you know what? If we small streamers don't support each other, like who will, right? Like we need to stick together. We need to get the word out. Honestly, like most of the time, it's like exposure, right? It's up to each individual person to be like, oh, do you like this person? Do you like that person? Who to follow? I mean, you can follow up to like thousands of people. There's no realistic way you can actually hang out with all people. So it's just a matter of all right, who do you want to hang out with, and just try to get the word out. So there you go. It's the least I can do because everybody who's a streamer has been there once, right? Like you know how hard it is to start. You know how hard it is to like get your initial number of followers and your average view time to become an affiliate, and so all that's like we've all been there. So Mark Wright says, and we got tea instead of phone. Yes, first time using the tea mug. Yes, absolutely. That was the first time using the tea mug for the thing. That sounds funny if without context, but if you knew it's Fantastic Four and you know who the thing is, it's like, oh, okay, that makes way more sense. But yes, absolutely, Mark writes. Thank you for the suggestion. I actually wouldn't have thought of it because I think normally when I do the trick, it's earlier, right? And so I would have tea, and I don't want to risk like spilling. So that was good timing. Let's see, Orion says actually there's a local shop that has a subtle tea menu. Oh, subtle subtle tea, good pun. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would try tea. Like I like tasting different teas, but yeah, I enjoy the ones that are punchy. So, let's see. We will get nerdy about anything. Yeah, anything that I enjoy, I can go on and on about like for a long time. Yes, Ram says the struggle is real. Yep, the struggle is real. Davis Daly says starting streaming has been more challenging than I thought it would be, and it's a very fun challenge. Says Davis Daly. Well, I'm glad that you see it as a fun challenge. And honestly, like getting started is one of the most difficult things, and honestly just doing your first stream is difficult. I have a friend who wants to start streaming, and I just tell him, dude, just go live, you have all the stuff. And he's like, no, this, that, and the other thing aren't ready. And I'm like, hey, it's fine if you have like a perfect stream the first time and then it degrades over time, that's not going to look good. If you start streaming, you'll be comfortable with that. You might like meet some people, they might be able to help you out. And then also they'll be able to see like if you improve your stream over time, you can get suggestions from your community on how to improve over time too. Like there's all sorts of benefits of just starting and then versus waiting for that perfect moment. There's like this philosophy in life where it's like if you just wait for the perfect moment to do something, you will basically never do anything. And that kind of goes like outside of the realm of just streaming too. That goes with like you know, are you prepared to make this step in your career? And it's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna wait until it's the perfect time. It's never the perfect time, right? So when you get older and you're an adult, and it's like, oh, it's never the perfect time because there will always be something in your way. There's always going to be something that takes your time, and you can make whatever excuses you want, but if you want to make progress on something, just do the thing, right? Just start doing it. Sorry if that was too like I don't know, life coachy. Esram says, P.S. Russian Caravan and Lapsang are my go-to for a punch of flavor in the tea. Oh, okay. Let me note those. See if I can find those or anything like that near where I am, or I might have to just buy something online. I actually tried a tea shop online for the first time. My last batch of tea because my local supermarket had loose leaf tea and they had a good selection, but then since pandemic, it's been slowly shrinking, and I've just been like, and I'm like, oh, I want to try something new, so I finally bought some stuff off of the latest. Uh, Davis says, I totally agree. Perfect. Yeah, perfect time to start. Let me see here. Sorry. Perfect doesn't actually exist yet. Perfect is like a journey, they will say. It's not a specific time and place. It is the way you get there. Orion says, "Oh, they have to explain it to pretty much everyone, but the subtlety menu doesn't mean by flavor. Oh, it just means naturally non-caffeinated, so you can get so. Oh, all right, dude. I would totally have subtlety then. It's in the combination of the hookah boba shop, dude. I love boba. I love bubble tea. I waited for my first stream to clean my house, and I didn't want any mail showing in the background, accidentally doing myself. Yeah, I take some precautions because I'm very concerned about like identity, doxing, thieving, that kind of thing. And so, like, there was one time I almost shared my address on stream because I had card boxes where I used to have like my collectible card game stuff in, but I had like an address sticker because I had my name, and so if anybody found it, usually it would just be at the places that I frequented, and I'm pretty sure most of the time it would have been returned to people. But I was opening a box here to show that I'd put playing cards in it, and I was like, oh crap. I don't think you could have read it, but I just took the precaution to edit the video, and I took out like it wasn't even like 2 seconds, and to just I'm just gonna be safe about that stuff. But yeah, Estrom says the best time to start any endeavor is 10 minutes ago. Yep. Mark Ride's doxing. Yep. And then Davis Deli says, "Oh, not life coachy at all. It's fun to talk about through these topics." Yeah, like for a long time, there's people who always say that you should do small talk, and now we're coming to a time when like people hate small talk. It's like people dread small talk. It's like why bother having small talk, right? Let's just start talking about more important things or things that we care about. Like, why waste our time with small talk? Um, so I am of the opinion that if you, I think the reason why people don't start with like big talk is that uh, there's this chance that if it's somebody new that you won't connect with those people or whatnot. But I almost feel like Twitch live streams are the best time to have that because the person who's streaming probably isn't going to be going anywhere. If they don't want to talk about it, they'll either disregard it or just say, "Oh, I don't want to talk about that." But if they're down for it, then you can actually have real connecting conversations, right? So that's my thought process on like, man, this is how valuable Twitch can be. Like, and actually, for anybody who didn't know, like a long time ago, before Twitch was a thing, before Justin TV was a thing. By the way, if you know what Justin TV is, you're an OG way back in the day. I actually had a tough time in middle school, and I was depressed and suicidal. But I think if I had something like Twitch and Twitch communities, it might have helped. Luckily, it didn't get to the point where I did anything, but in my mind, I actually had come up with a plan to, end it. But um, I've actually told Stream that one day I may tell that story. I don't want to do it now on like a magic stream. It's probably just gonna be like a dedicated stream to just talk about my life story. But I think I would like to think that my life story can be um, how should I say, motivational or inspiring, maybe is a better word, to some people, and I hope that some people would have learned from the mistakes or my thought processes in the past, so that you know they can do something with their life and not feel this way. But I know that that's not like a panacea for anything and everybody, but like that's just you know Yeah, agreed. Small talk is a waste of time, says Davis Deli. Big talk is both decisive and connective. Depends on your goals, right? Yeah, yeah. I mean, like everybody's different. You never know. Some people are like, "Hey, I want to do this," or some people are like, or some people like, "I need to hide it for myself." I don't want to call anybody out specifically, but perhaps if anybody has been recently aware of a meme called the Coldplay concert couple, that could be a very particular reason where maybe you don't want to open up after having an experience like that. Anyway, but Orion says, as someone who spent a lot of time in psych, categorically, middle school is just hard. Yeah, middle school is a hard time for a lot of people. So, okay, that's not to minimalize anyone, but to help normalize. Yeah, yeah. I will say though, because of how I got out of my difficult time, and honestly, I don't want to say that I did it myself, but I did have a little bit of help. But I would like to think that if I didn't make some of those decisions throughout the course of how things turned out, I might not be here today, like that kind of thing. So, all right, here we go. So, this is called the Restless Lady, but you know what? We're just gonna tweak it a little bit. So here I have the 6 of clubs, the 7 of clubs, the 8 of clubs, the 9 of clubs, and the Queen of Diamonds. The Queen of Diamonds in this case can represent me. And so this is past me, and I was sad and depressed, and I wanted to fit in with everybody, right? That's kind of, when you're young. Um, but all we have to do is give me a chance to hang out with the cool people in the clubs, which I chose clubs. Uh, then maybe I'd have a chance to be able to show myself to them and become one of the cool people. Esrom says, all right, I hate to dip out before the end, but there's rice to wash. Big love, y'all, and thanks so much for the performance. Crazy Agent, fabulous as always. Esrom, thank you kindly for the raid. Thank you for stopping by. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And guys, if you're not already following our friend Esrom Music, definitely give Esrom Music a follow. But yeah, thanks for the raid, and thank you for sticking around. And you have a glorious night. Take care, sleep well, stretch and hydrate. Okay. So anyway, where were we? Oh yeah. So this was me, and you know what? Sometimes when I just went home, I just wanted a chance to fit in and hang out, with the people in the cool club because here's the clubs. And but what we're gonna do is, if I just maybe had the chance to go hang out with people in the cool club, I could actually be there. I could actually be there with them, like this. I know, right? But now, if we just go ahead and there's fewer and fewer people that maybe I could hang out with, but all I had to do was spend a little bit of time, and perhaps I could just get on their good side and maybe just, realize that, you know, I could be part of them. Um, and so, but here, what we have here is I would find a way, and here I am. Now, over the course of the next few weeks or months, if you went to see any of these people in the Cool People Club, you would find me. I would be there, I'd be here, I'd be here, I'd be there, I'd be there. But at some point, you can't really fake being somebody whom you're not, right? If you weren't really gonna fit in and hang out with those people, like you have to genuinely like those people, and those people need to genuinely like you. And at some point, those people in the cool club, the 9 of clubs, the 7 of clubs, the 8 of clubs, the 6 of clubs, if they didn't actually like you, then they wouldn't really accept you into their good graces or their clubs. But in this case, they do. They do accept me. They do like me. And what ends up happening is I'm no longer just that Queen of Diamonds. I now become part of their club because the reason why you are then pulled in is that you are welcomed and you become part of their community. And so now we're all part of the same club because you're not an outsider. You're just one of them. And so you become the Queen of Clubs. I became the Queen of Clubs. And that, my friends, is probably the most heartfelt version of the Restless Lady I've ever done. Uh, so yeah, I've never so this trick I've rethemed as so many different things, so many different ways. But actually, that I've never gotten that deep. But it was all because we were talking about this life stuff shortly before. So Davis Deli says, "Whoa, nice!" And Orion Sen says, "Loved his storytelling. Thank you, thank you." Yeah, I've never themed something like that deep. I think as part of this trick. So uh, Pope 20232. Is it true you have spaghetti bones? Uh, that's a strange question, but let me see. I don't know. I can't tell. Is this spaghetti bones? I'm not sure. You be the judge. Actually, wait. You know what? Poll. Do I have spaghetti bones? Yes, no. All right. 2 minute poll. Important poll. Everybody answer. If you're in chat, just yes or no. Do I have spaghetti bones? That way we can give Pope an answer. Mark Rides says, and now you are the queen of clubs and the most powerful piece of the club, especially if you play chess. I play chess. Speaking of which, if anybody wants to play me against chess, there's my chess.com and my elite chess if anybody wants to start a game. Let me know that at least you found my chess names from stream. Um, right now, the chess club, AV club nerds, etc. rule the world. Yeah, yeah. If I don't understand why like past culture made fun of nerds and things like that, and now nerds have taken over the world. Like so, here we are. Okay, so that was the Restless Lady. Thank you, Charlie's Beats, for that request. Greatly appreciate it. All right, so let's do last call one more time. This might be my last call. So if anybody wants to see any more magic, feel free to request. Otherwise, we will definitely do a finale trick, and then we will find somebody to raid and go from there. Orion Sen says, "Do you want to know how to use your smartphone? He has to talk to a nerd." Oh yes, that's correct. I don't see the poll yet. Oh, it should be up at the top of chat, or if you're on mobile, you might have to like scroll a little bit. But it's yeah, the poll just says, "Do I have spaghetti bones? Yes or no." So, oh yeah, it might take up the same space as pinned. Oh yeah, you know what? Let me just unpin this. Uh, there you go. But honestly, if you didn't vote, that's okay. It's just for fun. All right. So according 5 out of 6 people say I have spaghetti bones. So yes. uh, so there we go, Pope. I don't know if that answers your question, but I think it's very definitive. My mobile app is a little delayed, but was up. Oh, okay. All right. There we go. Alrighty. Cool. So let's see. You know what? There's a trick that I do want to do for finale tonight. So, uh, oh, Mark Wright says, Pope says, spaghetti bones confirmed. Yep, absolutely. Mark Wright says, do you have a raid target? Because I see 3 familiar musicians if you take suggestions. I normally try and raid people that I've either never raided before or that I've never had a chance to raid that I want to raid. But yeah, if you want to name some people, I'm willing to take suggestions. I just if there's certain people or like if I see a new streamer that I like met recently that I'm like, oh hey, like we should raid them. Like that's kind of where I'm at. But I don't currently have one. I haven't looked because I actually delayed the end of stream so long today that I was like, I don't know who's gonna be on. I'm on way later than I normally am, so like I was hoping that there could be different people. So we'll see. Okay, so all right, let me go ahead and put in the finale trick, and then let me also do the disclaimer, and then we'll also do the outro, and then we will wrap up the stream. So, oh yes, okay, all right, but we might have rated them before. Yeah, we've absolutely rated, I think, all of them before. Okay, excellent. So we'll do Jazz Aces. Actually, yeah, we'll do Jazz Aces first before we do the finale, and then we'll do the outro, and then we will do that. So it was the wave arms displaying for me. I never figured it out. I never figured that out. Oh, this? I mean, it's just like a persistence of vision thing where you, I don't know. Honestly, this one turned out to be a lot smoother because I'm taking my time instead of rushing it. So, spaghetti bones, they call me, I guess. Or I guess Pope calls me. All right, cool. So let's do that. Awesome. All right, I can do this open because I don't. There's nothing to hide here. So we're gonna need all the aces because otherwise you won't have a trick. And then we're gonna use. Well, here's. And we usually use just 4 phase cards. I'll use the 4 queens. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we have the 4 queens over here, and then we have the 4 aces over here. And what we're going to do is, I'm just going to leave the queens over here for a second, and then we have all the aces over here. So here's what we want to. Oh yeah, let me introduce you to the aces. We've got the ace of hearts, the ace of clubs, the ace of diamonds, and the ace of spades. I'm going to leave. Whoops. Start over. We're going to mulligan. I have a mulligan command. All right. Orion-san says, I want to be one of those flailing arms people that you see at car dealerships, but never met the requirements. I had to get a real job. New sitcom, Meet the Aces. Oh, yes. That's right. Meet the Aces. Okay. All right. Where were we? Okay. Queens, aces, and we are going to go ahead and meet the aces. Actually, I can just leave the ace of spades out first, and we have the other 3 aces like this. I'm going to go ahead and lay them down like this. And so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and just place one of the queens over here. And then we're going to take one of the aces and place it in with the queens. And this is what we will do. I'm going to go ahead and move that ace from this pile to this pile, because now if I show you this pile, there's actually no aces. There's actually an ace that has hopped from there to here. Now let me just go ahead and place a queen from over here to over there. And let's go ahead and place this ace in amongst with these queens. But I've now made it jump from here to there, because if I show you, we've got queen, 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 and that ace has hopped down here. And then finally we have the last queen. I'm going to place it down there. We're going to put the last ace in with this. If I snap, we're just going to go ahead and see that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 queens over here, and that has swapped, because now down here we have the final ace. And that, my friends, is, I'll call that a successful performance of Jazz Aces. And there we go. Ooh, what about Grand Kuya Ivan? I've never heard of Grand Kuya Ivan. Let me let me open up their stream and see what they're up to before we decide. Okay. All right. Oh, if nothing else, open it so that the ad runs. All right. Thank you kindly for the claps. Orion send. Thank you for the nice Davis Deli, and thank you for the claps. E-Room. That was Jazz Aces. Thank you for that request, Davis Deli. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Sorry for the hiccup, but I was like, oh, that's weird. That shouldn't be there. I realized that I have no more tea. Okay, all right. So, all right. Did I close the queue already? I think I did. If not, okay. I enjoyed it a lot. Awesome. Thanks, Davis Deli. All right, so I'm closing the queue. We have one finale trick left to go, but right now is my usual outro. So let's go ahead and thank you everybody for coming out and hanging out with me tonight. Thank you everybody who interacted with the stream. Thank you to everybody who, whether you chatted in chat, sent emotes, did sound alerts, requested a trick, clicked on the heat map, chose a card. If you did any of those things, thank you so much. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be as much fun for me. Thank you to SROM who raided in earlier, and we actually extended stream because of the raid. Thank you to all the lurkers out there. Magic is one of those rare art forms where if I'm practicing magic at home, there's no magic happening. The magic has to happen in your mind. Let's see. Orion Sen says, thank you. It's always a joy. Thank you, Orion Sen, for coming in again, and it's always great seeing you. So I love all the nerdy geeky banter and talk because, well, you know, I love I love the nerdy geeky stuff. So Davis Deli says, I'm so happy I could catch the end. Awesome. Yeah, great. Thank you for stopping in, Davis Deli. Appreciate you stopping in. I stopped into Davis Deli like for the first time the other day, mostly just to say hi and be like, yo, hi, how's it going? And then, and now Davis Deli is here. So thanks for stopping in. Um, if anybody was concerned that any of this was real magic, none of it is. I am a practitioner of sleight of hand. I don't do black magic or sorcery or deals with the devil, even though we had some devil tricks earlier today. Everything that you see is sleight of hand, and honestly, if you still believe it's real magic, best cover story ever. So there we go. Also, if anybody wants to see more of me and I am not around, I have a YouTube channel. Please subscribe to me on YouTube. I am like 50 people away from 2K people, 2K subscribers on YouTube. So please give me a subscribe over there if you're not. If you want to see any of the VODs that fall off retention of Twitch, I have a second YouTube channel that I put them on. Those are over here. You can check those out if you would like. And then let's see here. We did see a couple of mods tonight. Guys, if you're not following our friend and mod, Chan the Magic Man, please give Chan the Magic Man a follow. Chan the Magic Man, a fellow magician on Twitch. Give him a follow. You can catch him Magic Mondays. He'll do magic on Monday nights. And if you catch him other times, he might be playing retro games. He might be playing Grand Theft Auto. He's also been doing some cooking. So, and if you guys have seen that, I've also been doing some cooking. Definitely proud of that. So, great job, Chan. Guys, you're not following our friend and mod Gibson Lens. He is a pianist and acclaimed. I'm putting the word acclaimed in there, but acclaimed composer. Definitely give him a follow, check him out. He recently released his first album a handful of months ago, and you can actually listen to all of the. You can actually listen to the album for free. Just go to that link tree there. Mark Wright says, we need a collab stream where Bert plays jazz while you perform jazz aces. I mean, I'm sure we could probably do that. Well, actually, Bert doesn't really play jazz. I'd have to get him to play like one jump, one jump ahead or something. It's like maybe the closest thing. But yeah, I you know maybe we'll talk about it. But anyway, no pressure, Gibson Lens, if you don't want to play any jazz. Maybe we can get some of the Sonic songs that sound kind of a little jazzy. So let's see. Orion Sen says, whenever I'm in a music stream, I try to request something, and then I realize, oh, this is piano wrong string instrument. Yeah, pianos are strings technically, string instruments, but you interface with it different. So, all right, okay. So, let's see. I think I did. I said everything that I normally wanted to say. Oh, I have to get the finale trick ready. We can rename the trick to Sonic Aces and Sonic Theme. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me see if there's already. Let me make a note. Look for tricks with the word Sonic in it already. Tricks with the word Sonic in it. All right, cool. I'll do some research later. I would totally be down for a Sonic trick. And then we do Sonic block and Sonic tricks. All right. Okay, so let's do the finale trick. Oh, by the way, if you're watching here this first time, I don't like ending on a trick that I mess up on. So if I mess this trick up, I'm gonna do another finale trick. But if it's good, then I'll probably be ending stream. Here we go. All right, so I have a pile of cards here. We have a 6 of diamonds. We have a Queen of clubs. That's not so different yet. But if I show you this packet, if I count through these 4 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, are look normal now, but actually when I turn the packet over, you're going to see something super weird. They have backs on both sides. Actually, not all of them, because this one is the weird one. This one is the blank on this side. And so here's the strangest thing with this pile of cards. They have the strange property when I reflect them over a card. Let's say, hey! When I reflect them over a card. Oh, in ads. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. You know what? I'll start over. Thank you, Mark Rides, for getting my attention there. I appreciate that. I am sorry for ads. My apologies. We can actually start over, so that if anybody had missed anything, we will completely do it again. That way, nobody missed anything. So, all right. My apologies. Yeah, ever since I lost my employment, I was like, let me try and make a little bit of money from Twitch. And then, so yeah. So I used to only stream once a week, and then I was like, I should at least turn it up a little bit. And then, so now I stream like 2 to 3 times a week probably. And then, yeah. Happy how I was totally lost when I came back. Mess it up, says Mark Rise. Never ending stream. Dude, there was one stream where I messed up like 3 finale tricks. I ended up doing like 4 finale tricks, and the finale, the last trick was like 40 minutes because I just kept on talking with chat and figuring out the next trick. But yeah, happy how he's totally, yeah, but yeah. All right, here we go. All right, finale redux, but because I did not see people were saying ads, so yes. Okay, so we have a packet of cards here, and here we have a 6 of diamonds. Here we have a Queen of clubs, and then here we have 4 cards. But when I show you these 4, they're going to look normal from this side, but when I turn them over, they're not going to look normal because they're backs on both sides. Actually, all of them except for this one. This one's a little bit weird because this one is blank here on the face. Now, if I just go ahead and I show you the strange property of these cards, when I grab these cards and I reflect them over, let's say, the 6 of diamonds, I don't know if you know, but it's not just going to reflect all of these cards will turn into the 6 of diamonds. See, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of diamonds. But now, if I take the same packet and I reflect it over the Queen of clubs, something strange happens. Actually, all of those cards will become the Queen of clubs. 1, 2, 3, 4 queens of clubs. But actually, right now, you can still see right now that they are still queens of clubs. And it's not until I take this blank card, and it's not until the the blank side hits the face, and you'll see that actually they've all now changed to be blank. There's one, two, three, four blank cards. Now, some people are like, hey, I want to see the back of those. And I'd be like, yeah, sure. Here. One, two, three, four. And that, my friends, I will call a successful finale. Whew, okay. This stream was a lot longer than usual. I don't normally stream this long. I'm actually starting to feel a little bit of my endurance is diminishing a little bit. But anyway, yeah. Davis Deli says, nice! And I think, Davis Deli, you had requested something earlier. So you saw my trick list. Yeah, so all of those are tricks that I could potentially do that chat might request at any given time. It's a lot of tricks. So, but yeah. Let me clear this. Let's see. So Davis Deli says, I'm impressed. Oh, thank you, Davis Deli. I don't know how much you know about sleight of hand magic or have seen before, but I can do these tricks mostly in person. There are some where it's like it's a little bit harder, like that one with blank cards. It's hard to like be like, oh hey, let me get the special cards for this trick because of course I need some blank cards, right? I think it's more impressive for like in real life if I just have a regular deck of cards and a sharpie. That's good. I can entertain for hours with just a deck and a sharpie. So, uh, Orion says, "Thank you for hanging in with us." Oh yeah, no problem. My pleasure. I enjoyed tonight. This was a really good time. So greatly appreciate it. All right, so let's go find somebody to raid, and let's see. I am. Oh, I have a stream open. Oh, but the ad didn't play because I minimized the window, so it knew. Oh, okay. So this person I've never been to before. Oh, it looks like she's a guitarist and Asian. She's Filipino. All right. Um, you know what? So let's see. Grand Kuya Ivan. Oh, she. I don't know. Oh, because I'm watching like a music. There's like a music video where there's someone who's dancing on screen. I just assumed. I should not have assumed. My mistake. Um, let's see here. But wait, who else is on? And let me check my stream spreadsheet and see who we haven't raided in a bit, and maybe who we should raid as well. So let me see. Twitch stream. Okay, let me go to here. Let's see. We have raided. Oh yeah. Okay. Last time we wanted to raid Seven Senshi, but Seven Senshi was not accepting raids last time when we were going. Senshi is still going. The Friendly Fiddler. When was the last time we raided the Friendly Fiddler? Also, it has been a while. Hold on. Friendly. It has been. When was February? That was like 6 months ago. We have not raided Friendly Fiddler for 6 months. We should probably raid the Friendly Fiddler tonight. Uh, okay, alright. So I think I've decided. Oh, actually, let me open up the Friendly Fiddler stream and make sure that the Friendly Fiddler is still going. Oh, there's an ad. Okay. Okay, yeah, let's go right over to Friendly Fiddler. He's been going for 2 hours 51 minutes, but that's okay. I think he'll probably be going longer. So, Hawksex Phoenix, if I ever see you about to raid 7 at the end of her stream again, I can go and forget to turn her raids off. Oh, okay, thanks. Hey Hawk, how's it going? Thanks, Hawk. Yeah, no worries. Okay, maybe next time I will. Yeah, but not today because I think according to the spreadsheet, it has been longer since we've raided the friendly fiddler. So yeah, Hawk is her mod. So guys, we're now following our friend Hawk Six Phoenix. Definitely give Hawk Six Phoenix a follow. Pianist as well, also has done programming on stream and is mod for 7 Century. Okay, all right, cool. All right, Andrew, aka the Friendly Fiddler, is in the middle of playing something, so this is a good time. All right, so we're gonna raid the Friendly Fiddler. So if you guys would like to come along the raid, if you get left behind, here we go. Maybe we raid Hawk next time. I mean, if Hawk is on, I can raid Hawk. Sometimes lurking in her Sunday nights. Yeah, thank you. I know that you're on mod duty, so don't feel obligated. But thank you, I appreciate it. Um, and then, oh yeah, thanks for getting the raid calls, Berts. Definitely feel free to copy. Hold on, did the sub raid not go? Are we rate limited? We were rate limited. You were rate limited. All right. All right. Yeah. So anyway, all right, guys. Thank you kindly for coming out tonight and hanging out with me. This was super fun. This was super long compared to my regular stream. So anyway, remember to hydrate and stretch, and everybody get good sleep because we know how hard it is to get good sleep nowadays. So great seeing everybody. Thank you for all the follows and hangouts and everything tonight. So take care, and we'll see you guys later. All right. Bye.